was thinking about starting to just stream.
Well, little lady, let me elucidate here. Nobody wants to be a cat because a cat's the only cat who knows where it's at.
Tell me, everybody's picking up on that feline heat. 'Cause everything else is obsolete.
Strict guy button
A
shoes
square with a horn makes you wish you weren't born.
every time he plays.
With a square in the act, you can set music back.
To the caveman days. Let me elucidate here.
I've heard some corny birds who tried to sing.
Still, the cat's the only cat who knows how to swing.
What's the dick, long-head dick, stuff like that? When everybody wants to be a cat, a square with a horn makes you wish you weren't born. Every time he plays, oh, a rinky-dinky-dinky with a square in the act, you can set music back to the caveman days.
Oh, rinky tinky tinky.
Yes,
Everybody wants to be a cat.
because the cat's the only cat who knows where it's at.
When playing Preshow always has a welcome mat. 'Cause everybody makes a swinging cat.
Let me elucidate here.
Welcome to the ICL on it's Tuesday, right? That's fine because we're playing Katie's favorite game. Spoiler, I am not Katie. Stop guessing that. But we are going to guess what caster are you listening to right now? I already gave you half of the answer. I'm
How
not
do you
Katie.
know? How do you know you're not Katie? Maybe this is Katie and Katie's lying.
I mean, I feel like you would know. Katie's pretty famous. I don't know if you know this or not, but she's casted, hold your pants, a DLC. So I think
know,
people know what Katie's voice sounds like so far. And this ain't
I
it.
think so.
Yeah, this ain't it. And much like when Katie plays this game, no one is guessing, so I do feel silly. But no one wants to play this game. We're listening to Not Katie and Not Katie 2. All right, well, that's unfortunate, but thanks for the
Nice.
subscribe. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, who's
Like,
the other
someone played.
caster? Yeah, someone played, and the answer is actually technically correct. So you win. You win. And we have our next caster, who we're just going to throw right in here. It is... oh, well,
Well,
We're
they can hear
we're
you.
just guessing. Who is this non-green screen using
They
I'm
can't
a-
see you,
caster?
but they can hear you.
I'm about to pull the green screen up. I'm still live right now. We're about to send the raid over. Garrick is trying to get in. We can hear.
Mhm. Okay.
Garrick's room is not working, Luke. If he can get his room fixed.
All right. 1 second.
Not Katie number 3. Good guess. I do appreciate your dedication to the game. It's don't you. Okay, well, I've been live.
Well,
I've been
we're
live.
live right now. We're live on both
We've
channels.
been live, and
We
we're
are
playing.
fully live.
We're playing Katie's favorite game, and you just doxed me. So. I mean, well, hey, listen. There's Disney Lorcana happening right now, JDZ. Right now. There.
Oh.
welcome. You just missed the game of the century, and TJ won. So you guys are actually missing this really weird dance that JDC is doing. It's like, yeah, it's a lot of there's a lot of arms, which makes it feel like he's dancing more than he is. Oh no, he's got shoulders. The shoulders are doing a lot, and I've seen this man do the worm, so I. It's been shared. It's out
Dude,
there.
it's
It's out
great
there.
footage.
You
It's
gotta
on the
find
internet.
it. Yeah, it's already out there.
Yeah, Garrick,
Garrick.
I definitely sent you the link that I put in OBS to see you instead of the
Cooked.
link to show up.
Is that a green screen or is that a green sheet? I always like to ask. Garrick.
This?
Yes.
Wait.
Ooh, double Garrick. Yep.
Ha!
How am I
That's a
hearing
double,
him
Garrick.
I
twice?
could paint with all the colors of the newborn moon.
I was
This
like, are
came
you
from
doing
Anne's
Beatles
song.
or Pocahontas? I had no idea where you were going with that. Okay.
Why am I hearing him twice?
I don't know, but Clarissa just said I walked over here because the raid wasn't happening. What happened?
Don't call it a comeback.
Who?
You hit me with a guitar? That's my house.
That's super haunted. All right. Pocahontas, but cursed. Awesome. My favorite.
I'm just like sitting here trying to figure out how to trying to figure out why Garrick is double voiced, honestly.
I don't know.
But you hear
How's
him
that green
twice as well, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that
And you take me
so that makes
Wow.
literally
higher.
zero
Oh, no. Do Phil Collins.
Well, I can see.
Do Phil Collins. I feel like it's actually perfect. Garrick doesn't know any Phil Collins.
What do you want? Voodoo, 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 voodoo.
All right, they can see some of us.
Yeah.
You want it in the air tonight.
The
Yeah,
crowd
yeah,
was
feel in the air
tired
tonight.
of looking at the screen. They wanted to see our faces, but
I remember.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. That's perfect. That's what I wanted. Oh, and he got muted. Oh no! Just when we figured it out. We
Wait,
could
is he
have
muted?
flew too close to the sun.
I clicked this reconnect mic button.
Too
Let's
good, Garrick.
Talk to me,
It's too
Garrick.
good.
Hello.
Oh,
Garrick, you might
Are
not
you
have your right
still in
mic
JD's
set in
knees or something?
video.
Ever met? All right.
I don't know why they
How about now?
Thank you, Clarissa.
Better
I
now?
think no.
Nope, not even a little. Do.
Hear me? Hello?
Oh,
Better now?
yeah, perfect now.
Oh
What
wait,
was it?
actually, it's probably on JDZ's side. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say it was probably JD.
Like if you
probably
if you
JDZ.
did nothing at all, then somehow we were hearing you. JDZ might have been like streaming your voice through his
Double
mic
streaming.
somehow.
Yeah, I don't know, but or maybe because your headset was like, I don't know, who knows? Because it would have been everybody. But it sounds great. We got Garrick to do a little bit of Phil Collins. I really appreciated that.
You're welcome.
Hit right. So welcome JDZ and your green screen to the ICL. Oh, we are live the whole time.
I
You
did
no,
not.
you weren't in
I
it.
did
No,
not
you
have
weren't
your
in it.
camera. I didn't
I
let
know.
the audience see.
Apparently, we're being more professional this time around, and I'm bummed, but it's
I
fine.
know, right? I'm a fool.
Oh, JDZ, you're silent.
no,
Why?
he's not. He's fine. He's fine.
Am I
Is
muted?
he?
No,
Chat
he's
said
not.
JDZ
He's-
is silent.
Chat was lying. They were lying.
are
I
they?
swear. He was muted. I unmuted him.
Oh, my bad.
Oh wow,
good.
wow.
That's probably
Luke
for the
doesn't
best.
want to take. Yeah.
That's probably for the
Oh
best.
man, I did not think of how much you guys were gonna make me laugh. My
Why?
mouth,
Let's go.
my face hurts a lot right now.
Oh, did you?
I got that bone shard
Rest in
taken out
peace.
of my mouth.
Oh
so-
no. I'm glad it happened. Sorry we're making
Is
you
that what-
laugh. Laughter
what
is the
you
best
call
medicine,
teeth?
Luke.
No, that's what we call a shard of tooth that comes off when they take out a tooth and then gets stuck in your gum.
Okay,
and they
okay.
take
I'm
that
good.
out
I'm
later.
good. I'm good. It's a horror movie. Woo! Okay.
Oh,
All
I love
right.
horror
I'm gonna have like
movies.
weird teeth falling out nightmares now. I can't wait. What? Okay.
Well, it was pulled out. My tooth didn't just fall out.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's so sad, man. It's
I
gross,
need to
man.
make-
You're grossing me out. I'm joking. It's not gross. It's not gross. It's not gross.
It's
Bobby's sitting there like,
fine.
I need to make my logo better. If you can't see, there's this nice little logo in the bottom right hand, you know.
Powered
It's a
by the
secret.
Lorebot.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Powered by the Lorebot.
Doot doot boop ba doop boop. All right. Well,
We need a
I
jingle
guess
for everything. I'm
maybe we
feeling
should-
it.
A jingle for everything.
Everything. The Lorebot jingle, World Class Cards jingle. Somebody help me out with this.
And come use the Lorebot. Lorebot will help your Lorebot. If you want to use some lore, make sure it's the Lorebot.
Lorebot.
And
Yeah.
now we have a
definitely-
rap verse.
Oh, it
I
has
was
to be like early
thinking that we
90s.
need
Yo,
to have
when
each
you no, I'm
team
just
have
kidding.
a sound effect, like, or not a sound effect, but like a theme song. Like we need
Mhm.
something that we can play a bit of a song during this
do.
part right now for each team.
Maybe it's Maybelline R&B.
Did you get a
We
drop?
also,
A
we
drop for
also
the soundboard.
need like an intro video. You know how like
And-
the NFL has
Oh,
one,
yeah, like
the NBA
and
has
like the end.
ba ba
Yeah.
ba 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 ba, and they're showing like highlights. We can show like people questing.
Yeah, questing slow motion, like
The ICL logo
Yeah.
can like fly in.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
So,
No, I had that thought.
Logan, if you're listening, write us a theme song
It's just
now.
death metal.
Yeah, I had that thought
We
because I was
need- we need
listening
horns.
to Rihanna.
I don't think
it
he
was.
does. I don't think Logan does horns. Honestly, that's not.
He can play.
I don't know if
he can
he's-
play everything. I'm sure he can play melodically, and then just translate those notes into horns. That's what we need.
Logan,
Hmm.
you're getting ska back together. Everybody knows you were in one at one point.
Every like major
There's no
sports
chance.
league has like horns as their intro music, right? Like
Oh, yeah. Okay.
what's that? What's the NFL one?
I don't watch sports. You said horns,
have
and I
the,
thought of ska music. I can't help you here.
They have the NFL,
You're
the
thinking
NFL one.
That's what you were thinking.
Absolutely.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
that's
like-
What are we doing? We gotta
Oh, I
get
don't
this
know.
on.
I don't know. I
I'm just
have
waiting.
no idea.
I've
I'm
tried
sorry, I
to segue
brought-
a few
I brought,
times, but I got.
I
Well,
brought
the
this
thing
is
is-
not a podcast vibes into the ICL. That's my fault.
Oh, my bad.
I
You're right.
mentioned
Let's
World
lock
Class
it in.
Cards, and then I got stuck on that logo because it doesn't tell me what it is, and now I feel bad. So Swirly, they are the
Illuminati.
Illuminati.
in.
It's,
No, well,
it's an
that'll do it.
eyeball. It's the Illuminati.
The
Oh, I
Illuminati.
see it now. I see it now.
All right, we got the world class cards versus Team Illuminati. World class cards. When you think of Disney Lorcana, I think they've become quite synonymous with being the cream of the crop, the best of the best. They have the strongest players
It's what,
on their team. The current
That's what
and reigning
happens
world
when you
champion.
go out of
I was
your
about to
way
say,
and recruit all
I
the
was-
people after they win events.
Hey,
Okay,
hey,
listen. I was about to say,
listen.
I've heard
Hey.
a legend. I've heard a myth that if you top an event, there an owl shows up with your world class cards invitation. And
I can't hate. You can't hate on that. I
I'm
mean,
not, I'm
that's
just
not,
saying.
That's
you
not
can't hate on the
true.
Yankees.
That's not true.
no,
I did
when you win
not
an
get
event-
that when I won Seattle.
Oh.
There was no owls showing up at my house.
Are you
What is
hating on the
this? Where's
Yankees?
my owls?
Me at 12 years old. Where's my owl? Anyway, but yeah, no. So there is some
World-class cards.
pretty good players.
Yeah,
team.
a lot of great players. Unfortunately, not translating into wins. They have not won a single match in the ICL, including the preseason. But maybe they'll turn it around today.
We're not going to talk
You
about that,
know,
Garrett. You're bringing up old stuff.
I'm not
man.
going to talk any shade because my team has also not been doing very well. So
Neither is
obviously
mine.
it's a
Neither
type
is
of
mine.
thing where the best
Glass-
teams in the league
glass
are doing the
window.
worst.
This
ETB
is-
lost their first match.
Listen,
I-
this
I-
is the matchup roulette, and everybody knows that once you hit your bad matchup in the ICL, you're cooked for the rest of the thing. You're going 0-3. I'm sorry, because you hit your bad matchup this game. Guess what? Round 2, they also hit their worst matchup. Round 3, we're all in tears. We're all watching Blurple Mirrors, and that's the best thing we can do right now until we get to Friday. Because what's Friday?
I
What
feel
is Friday?
I feel nerfed without my soundboard access because there were some great opportunities to really illuminate what was happening there. And just speaking about
Friday.
being still in Fabled, I think we could have done ourselves a service and get some Infinity in here, maybe even a little bit of something else, just to give people a break from what we've been happening here in Fabled. But it is what it is, as the World Class Cards organization is trying to get their first win. Insane, but Illuminati.
Oh my God! Oh,
the Team Illuminati is going to block them from doing that, as J-Bomb is going to be
Let me
leading
just
the charge
swipe on over here. Swipe right there.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I have
shout out J-Bomb Legends.
I have a little bit of lore on this photo. So I have my show, Allies on the Other Side, and basically Garrick and I were like trying to figure out how to get to this intro video. And Garrick was like, hey, what if we did like a superhero kind of like Marvel cinematic pose thing? And I was like, that sounds kind of cool. And he's like, I just need you to get like 4 or 5 people to pose like they're fighting each other. And I was like, what? And he's like, okay, bye. And I'm like, what? And so I basically put out this thing, and I'm like, who wants to grab a weapon and have your significant other or friend take a photo of you fighting an invisible
His
person?
weapon was a hot dog?
Yeah, absolutely. And I loved every bit of it. And apparently, I think he said his wife had to retake the photo because there wasn't enough hot dog in the original batch.
I thought
And
it
she
was
not-
a cheesesteak this whole time.
No. No, it is a hot dog because it's J-Bomb. And that actually makes more sense than anyone will ever understand, except for his wife, probably.
I'm actually in a hot dog eating contest with J-Bomb.
An Italian sausage.
Literally right now.
Oh, who can eat more hot dogs in a year?
There's a few people. Yeah, we didn't really say when we're ending it, but we'll probably end at Christmas. Not only is J-Bomb in it, there's multiple people in it. Judge Phil, we have multiple judges in there as well. They're judging the hot dog eating contest as well as partaking.
I was
Get
about to
me
say,
in on this next year. I'm a hot
Dude,
dog.
you can get in right now. We're like sub 10 on count.
okay,
Like,
hold on.
Okay, I'm in.
Wait,
Lock
what is
me
it?
into
Have
this.
you
Get
guys
me in
had
the
the
group chat.
fight about like what constitutes a hot dog yet? Have you had that
not
discussion?
entirely, but we're
Okay,
basically
tacos
like,
or hot
it's-
dogs, but that's fine.
No.
Yeah,
not for this
imagine
contest.
getting into a hot dog eating contest against J-Bomb. That seems like a plan to fail. Is he not in it?
I'm gonna twist J-Bomb up
J-Bomb's
like
in
a
it.
pretzel. He
He's
doesn't
clearly
want
going
to
to
win.
win. He's
J-Bomb's
I think
being
he has
polite.
he has something at his house
and-
called a meat day where they just literally grill out all day. I'm pretty sure J-Bomb is going to win this.
No,
so.
he said he's going to politely maintain his numbers around ours. Basically, he's not going to like triple our digits. He's only ahead by like 2 or 3 right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
I also want you guys to check your cholesterol after this.
I'm about to
Maybe
turn up
here.
the nitrous if I'm joining this thing. You guys got to
Yeah.
step your game up because I'm gonna be.
You guys are going to
guzzling
get scurvy.
glizzies.
not the glizzy guzzler Garrett
my
arc.
God.
No
Watch out!
chance.
Watch out! I'm gonna put on some
Kobayashi.
holiday weight.
Oh my
Come on,
God.
dude. Come
You
on,
guys
man.
are absolutely Garrick's going to get scurvy by the end of it, but he will win. So
Oh.
you
And
guys are
we
like,
have Justin Shaft, World Class Cards, top 16, DLC Seattle, top 16, NAC, top 16, Dallas PPG. Also, there, I believe he had a top placement here at the DLC in Milwaukee that we just had. So very consistent player. Played some Amber Steel there. Maybe got a little bit of Amber Steel here. But we see J-Bomb's also in the lineup. He's been playing a lot of Amber Steel. So I'm interested to see what this World Class Cards organization is going to bring. Very handsome player. Obviously, we're going to white swipe there as well. J-Bomb clearly didn't even have to say it. We're right swiping hard there. So what do you guys know about Justin Shaft? And what is he going
What
to
you
do
talking
in
about?
this tournament today?
Talking about Shaft.
All right.
oh, I was all right.
Shaft, we can dig it.
Yeah.
Who is the
All right.
man who can jam over Shaft? John Shaft. Or Justin Shaft.
Who can
maybe.
quest like the
Shaft.
rest?
There you
Talking
go.
about
Shaft.
Shaft.
We can dig
All
it.
right.
on,
we would sing that for like 5 more minutes if I didn't change car.
All right. Daniele Montenegro,
like,
World Class Cards. Third place,
Third.
DLC in Birmingham. Top 64, DLC in Melbourne. Traveling the world, top 64 in Bochum. I met this Illumineer as well. Phenomenal player, phenomenal person. Great smile. Shirt might be a bit too big. Still right swipe, though. Tell me something about Daniele.
He likes to be comfortable, potentially.
Yeah.
This shirt, or that's the only shirt they would let him have. I don't know. I feel like the fact that he still has it on is probably amazing. Third place DLC Birmingham. Yeah, they probably let him keep it because typically I feel like they give you those shirts and then they tear them off of you as you kind of get off stream. So
Last one to wear it
They
gets
do.
it.
yeah, they're like, bye, have a nice life. Like also like give this back. So the fact that he has maintained that shirt is actually
I mean,
one of the more
why
impressive
not?
things on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't you
Maybe
get those
he
off the
had
prize
another
wall?
match. He might have had another match afterwards, and he took his picture in between.
Oh, okay.
With the golden Mickey.
Super Goose
Well, yeah,
third
and
place, yeah.
Pegasus.
Yeah.
I love to see it. Great picture.
I think honestly, if I were a good player like you guys, and there was a chance I would get on a feature match, I would make sure I have some feature match available clothes ready to go because I can't get caught up like that on a feature match with the ill-fitting garb on.
I love when you can see like the collar here and then like the DLC
Yeah.
shirt goes down here and they're just like choking in it. That would be a sensory nightmare. Like what if you were like wearing
Yeah.
kind of and then they give you like a shirt that's a little bit smaller so now you're bunched and like I'm uncomfortable. I don't know.
I concur.
Sensory nightmare. It's like Joey from Friends when he puts on all the coats and you're like I can't play cards like this. It's probably
Okay.
not that bad. It's probably not that bad. Everybody's fine.
All right. Well, we have Nassif, better known as Chaotic Beats, from the Illuminati, with multiple set champs and promos, and best Jafar wheel player in the whole new world. I know a lot of people who would probably try to argue with him there, but that's a heated topic right there. Probably beat you with a deck you've never seen before. Well, if he's playing Jafar
Nice.
wheel, that might
I
be true.
love to see that.
Bring it
Bring
on.
us something that
Swipe
is
and right.
not Amber
You
Steel,
are
not
not-
Amethyst Steel, and not Blurple, please.
I'd love
You
I
know
love
that
it.
that's not true.
But fun fact,
There's-
I got a
this
chance
is
to
the
meet
last week.
He
I got a
just
chance
pulls
to-
up a
No.
I got a
Blurple.
chance to meet Nassif in DLC in Milwaukee, and looking at his picture, you think he's like 6'5", 6'6". He's noticeably shorter than you would think. He has a very tall
Bro,
energy
you're
in his
just
streams.
calling him out.
No, it's not bad. He's like my height. We're like, I thought he was significantly
Yeah.
taller than me. Like I'm a very average height. 5'9", 5'10". He's 5'9",
You're
5'10",
also
somewhere in there.
shorter than you look on camera.
Really? I thought he'd be
I'm
like
short
6'5",
too.
6'6".
His
Oh, that's
camera
fair, yeah.
angle is going up. His stream when he DJs,
Yeah.
it makes him look like he's 8 foot tall.
Right. He looks super tall. And even in that picture right there, that looks like a tall guy. He takes a great photo there. Shout out to Nassif.
It's all in the person who made the card.
Okay.
If she had lowered him a little bit, she like did him a solid, like put him right towards the top so it looks like you're super tall. I'm gonna have to remember that for my own player card.
Nice. Okay. Okay, that's fair.
Ezekiel Murphy, second place at SSG Invitational, top 8 at the SSG Charity 15 case, and the honor of being, oh wow, yeah, no, that's the best one on here. The honor of being May's boyfriend. So at least he gets it, because I've heard that May is an absolute killer. So nice.
Shout out to May.
Absolutely. Yeah, shout out to May.
His-
And also shout out to Ezekiel
Yeah.
as well.
Right.
Maybe.
Part of the
And that-
bucket hat brotherhood as well.
Hmm.
I hate to dox the brotherhood like that, but shout out to him.
I mean, and that bat is sick. Are we guessing height on this one too, or do we
I mean, he
I've
looks
never met
normal
him, I
height. I
don't
mean,
know.
normal
know.
height? What does that mean?
no, no,
What is
average,
normal?
like
What does normal
average
height
height.
mean?
Average height is like
Dude,
5'8".
I'm like 5'2" and a half,
think
maybe
5'10"
5'3" on a good day. So
is
nothing is
male
I
normal
think
for me.
I think for women, average women height, average men height might be slightly off there, a little bit.
Okay. I look up to everybody, essentially. That's my life. So
Shout out Stefan Delgado, the team owner,
Aw.
pulling
What?
up with the Cindy mat. Best Lorcana
Nice.
dad. Do we agree? Disagree? I've never seen his parents.
I'll fight
I've never
you for
s-
that title right
I've
there.
never
son.
seen his parenting in person.
I mean, he took care of us
attest
at-
to it.
I was like, he took care of us at PPG,
Mhm.
Jay-Z. So
Yeah.
I felt sufficiently.
You felt fatherly
You felt-
energy
I-
coming
well,
from
Yeah.
him.
I did feel
Yeah.
supported there.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't know he was in the dojo giving it up, but he was doing really well in the DLC Milwaukee, and then the wheels just completely fell off there for
Oh,
Stefan.
he went 5-0 and then lost the last three.
Lost.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Tough.
I think that happened there.
I was
I think-
close. I went 5-1 and lost the last two. So I feel you, Stefan. It's rough out here for us fumblers, but
That's
we'll
why you
both
got to
pop
go
the next
0-3
one.
and just you know, ride the day out and tables 900 and everybody's just vibing, chilling, and you know.
I'm just here for the Mulan vibes.
That was
Let's
great.
go.
I mean, honestly, that is the way that I ran the DLC, and I went 0-2, and I was a little stressed, and then I went 2-2, and I was like, oh, this was the worst match that I had because when you're still like X2, you're still in contention. Literally the
Mhm.
worst match that I had all day. Lost that one. Now I'm X3. Now we're all vibing. Now we're all friends. We're just hanging out. So
All right.
go for
well,
Mulan. Shoot for the stars.
it's that prediction time where we get to watch Garrick and JDZ predict improperly, and Color and I pick the proper winners. So
That's what's been going this last couple weeks. I've been wrong.
Oh, I know how to fix this one. I'll just do this.
Should I root for somebody or should I pick somebody? That is the question. Because I am a player as well. Who would I like to see win? The Illuminati, because I need world-class cars to stay below my team. I need us to stay up. So I need another world-class cards. But I will pick world-class cards because apparently doing so will mean that they will lose. But I want J-Bomb specifically to win. So I'm going world-class cards will win 2 games and Illuminati will win 1.
Okay.
Thoughts on that strategy, JD?
I like the technique, Garrick, but you're wrong. Garrick. These takes don't make any sense. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I just want to say Garrick. I just don't. I'm working it in. We're shopping it around. I think that's a hold on. Like a league, how Lee Corso used to do. Oh my, and put the hat on. But I really do think this world-class cars team coming out there with that defeated record. Okay, we're talking unwin record in the
Defeated record.
They are not. They are not. That is something I did not have on my bingo card. Maybe they're just trying to get their questing feet below them. Maybe they're just done with this fabled meta. But I told the Illuminati team I'll never pick them because every time I put faith in the Illuminati, they let me down. They don't have Gabe in the lineup. I think that's a huge misplay. They don't have Freddie in the lineup. I think that's a huge misplay. So for those reasons, I got Illuminati going down in 2. They're going to get 1 win, 2 losses. World Class Cars picks their first win tonight. Lock it in. Take it to the bank. Stone cold lock.
Well,
we both picked the same thing, so
Mystic's about to put
you
some
made it seem like you were fighting,
beatdown
but you
on
didn't.
No.
And so I definitely think Illuminati's going to take this 2-1. I think everyone in this chat's rooting for J-Bomb to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Feel
Yeah.
bad
Even
for
the
whoever
Illuminati are
J-Bomb's played
absolutely.
against. I don't remember which person he's playing against, but the crowd favorite J-Bomb here, obviously. But I'm rooting for Illuminati. They've won 2 of their 3 matches so far. You know, they're on fire a little bit. You know, they're doing pretty well in the standings. They're ranked 4th, you know, above Ink. You know.
I don't know that you need to say that. I don't know if that was necessary.
All right, but let's hear what Color's prediction is because the players are waiting.
I was hoping that I was going to take too long and then you were going to skip me, but I think I am just going to quickly say world class cards because in December I am hoping to sleep on Kendall's floor for CCS, and if I vote against him, he probably wouldn't even care.
Wait, is his floor open? I would love to sleep on that floor as well.
I wasn't like...
Bro, let me get some of that floor, dude. Let me get some floor around.
Let me grab some tiles.
Are you
let me get a small tincture of that floor, please.
I was gonna say,
you guys
yeah.
are handing out floor.
Yeah,
I'm already trying to nab that floor space up, so there's no extra.
Yeah, so I need to sleep on the floor.
I'll sleep in a closet, like, please.
Yeah. Yeah, world class cards because I don't want to be homeless in Atlanta.
Oh man.
Okay.
I hate voting. I don't like. I want everybody to win. J-Bomb's gonna win.
This is why you got to join a team. You want everyone to lose. That's in your back.
I am on a team, and they're actually doing really well. So
wait, are you on the roster?
I was, last season. Well, not anymore. I got kicked out.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well.
Wow.
I'm still undefeated in the ICL. Excuse me.
I think you guys are framing this the wrong way.
I have never been beaten on the ICL. Literally, no one has ever taken a game off of me.
Let's
So
go.
Oh dang, color
Go.
pop off. See, I need
I'm
to.
just saying.
I think we got to get the soundboards into this thing somehow. Like, we got to make that happen. I feel nerfed.
He's like doing him under. He's like doing
I'm
him
doing it
under his
myself.
breath. Yeah,
I'm popping
like,
off to myself
yeah.
because I've never lost in the ICL. No one's taking a game off me. Boom, dude, that's a shot. I love to hear.
I'm just saying.
All right, well, we're going to pop over to just JDZ and Color for a second. You're going to see Garrick and I in a little bit.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Color, are you ready for the
I'm
ICL?
ready.
We have 2 more days of Fabled. It's almost over.
Okay, baby. Okay, it's almost over. We're so close. We're so close. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'll be fine. And
we are back at it again. We have Chaotic Beats on the right. Daniele Madrigale is going to be on the left with those patent pending world class cards, Matt, versus that beautiful
I know.
Simba. Matt coming in.
Look at that.
From DLC Milwaukee.
I mean, that's a flex. That's a brand new flex at that, too. I mean, you know, world class cards is a flex in its own right, but that Simba's so hard to get. I mean, what was that
Sure,
like?
You gotta have that grind.
10,000 million billion tickets? Is that like
the ticket economy was a bit ridiculous over there? I mean, we went from a normal economy from DLC last year, 20 tickets, 50 tickets, 100 tickets, 35,000 tickets for. Get over yourself, man. Let's just reduce that.
It was a lot.
Let's make it make some sense there. Past time. Let's clean that up if we can. As we get a nice little alter in, we're sitting back 5 from Chaotic Beats.
I just read the chat and I shouldn't have. An actual, that's a lot of tickets. That is probably an official number, and we should get somebody on adding that to the rule books because honestly, that's a great metric. And we do look like we have our answers. We're going to go ahead and shuffle. Those are the Illuminati sleeves at this point. I don't know why my brain doesn't want to take that image, and maybe it's part of the Illuminati because I cannot memorize that. I was like, is that Riftbound? No, I'm just kidding. But what is it? It's Illuminati. My brain.
It's the Illuminati sleeves with the smoky gray outline there with the white sleeve. Looks like some dragon shields. As we got the basic Betty blues coming in from Daniele. It's very flavorful. It fits the motif of the unit very well.
Absolutely. We're vibing. We're making sure everything is clean and matching. You can't come in here with like, you know, oh gosh, what if those are red? That'd be terrible.
Oof. Yeah, a little off as Daniel does win the dice roll, and we got the TPO, and it is the Basil.
Hooray! It's Blurple! And unless it's Sapphire Steel, what if it is? What if the Lorcana gods have given us...
It could be Emerald Sapphire Steel as well.
You think so?
It could be. It's probably not. It's probably going to be Sapphire Amethyst. Let's be real. But it could be. And we do have a little bit of Amethyst and Steel. So if you guys were done with this, you thought we were over it, wake up because you're in one. It's more coming your way as we have the Diablo down on one. Quickly becoming one of my least favorite one-cost plays in this meta.
We have seen that Diablo go for 10 lore by himself. You know it's a good card. However, Rafiki's going to go into the Inkwell, and we're going to get ramped because we want to see a good game, and it is sale. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
As we do, when he inked the TPO, I'm pretty confident that he was going to get that ramp off, as we are going to get a use of that extra ink with the develop your brain. But just imagine inking TPO and then not having ramp on.
I was going to say,
what is it? Super Chad move.
We are like 3 days before Whispers in the Well, and you're like, you know, it'd be hilarious if I just ink my ramp on turn 2 and pass. Nothing.
Like, I wonder if they're going to keep the same moves going into the next set, as Sapphire Amethyst has been doing the same thing for so long. I would love to see them have to change their entire game plan, as we are going to keep rocking and rolling going into 2 cosplay. Maybe Calhoun coming down on 2.
It's a pretty good one. I like a Calhoun. I regret taking her out of my Amber Steel list for the DLC, but we will see a Calhoun come down because she does just eat good against that Basil, her being a 3/2 with resist. That's
resist
great.
1, and also it'll be able to protect that Diablo, allowing him to quest quite freely, and then help you set up your strength of rating fire and gain that little incremental lore that you spoke about earlier, Color. Just being able to just sit there and just gain one after one after one, and eventually you're going to have to send this Basil in. But electing to keep the Basil upright is probably going to be the heads up meta play as you do so. Pass it back on over.
Yeah, you're established. I was going to say, you're kind of correctly identifying that we're not really going to turn that Basil sideways just for the the Calhoun to get value. But if I were them, I would have crashed into that Diablo and let you take that, because that means your strength of a Raging Fire is going to be much worse.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to be able to get after my Genie because you lost your Diablo and you only have 2 characters on board. So I don't know. I might have just taken that. Being
And-
on the play too.
And that might be an opportunity, as Chaotic Beats is going to disagree with both of us, electing to make that Diablo vulnerable yet again by exerting and now you could even use that Genie to engage with the Diablo. As of right now, the Genie satisfied dragon cannot return fire onto the Genie wish fulfilled. So that's a pretty clean answer, and also will reduce the strength of that strength of Raging Fire. So interesting challenge, interesting quest on that Diablo. Interested to see why he went for it there.
Maybe there's a Madam Mim tiny adversary in hand.
true. That's a
Potentially
great
making
point.
that Genie big and buff. So you go ahead, you take out my Basil. It's fine. We trade back and forth. I don't really even care, because when you take out the Mim, it's going to make things real big.
Yeah, and now we get a secondary Genie is going to be deployed to the field. So that's 2 Genies for the price of 1. And then we can develop our brains a little bit more, getting quite studious, studying the long ancient arts of the books brought in by Merlin, getting through that entire stack, sending one to the bottom of the deck.
Absolutely. How many developers do you think in there? Is it like four developed, 4 visions, or we're just like, that was the only 2 in the deck and we have done a lot of learning in the first couple turns?
Could be on all 4. I'm not sure. I haven't had the opportunity to see these deck lists just yet, but he could be rocking and rolling with all 4 of those develop your brains, as we are going to just go ahead and elect to quest with that Genie. Interesting, not challenging that Diablo, keeping that Diablo around, probably trying to keep your opponent off those resources. But now the tiny adversary is going to be the immediate and swift rebuttal. But then you also have rebuttals of yourself. Elsa into Bell plays will be available to you if that's something that you want to do, or you can support the other Genie to clear that satisfied dragon in return. So the game is on. Let's see what these Illumineers do to break down this complicated spot.
Yeah, on and on and on until the fabled meta ends, and we're working about 72 hours, right? That's what we got it. We got the lines. We understand them. We understand the plays. Do they have it? If they don't, it gets a little interesting. But when
We definitely got it too.
And he had it.
So there is the tiny adversary, just like you call color. Tiny adversary is going to be able to embolden the Genie satisfied dragon, and we can clear the Genie wish fulfilled. But now, will you complete the prophecy and then take down the satisfied dragon with your own Genie, and then potentially set up a Bell play in response?
I was like, I'm gonna Bell that Genie, heal it, and throw it onto that tiny adversary, and just get that right on out of here.
No, I think I challenged the satisfied dragon, and then Bell the Calhoun maybe, and just get that up out of there.
I don't know. I think not respecting the Mim has been the downfall of me so many times this set, but it does make sense to go throw head, figure that out, and then take the damage, and then I don't know. It's either the Mim or the Calhoun, but we'll see with a enchanted Bell. That's the only thing I'm going to get excited about in the Fabled meta at the very end, because God, she's the perfect one. And you're right, it was Calhoun. Bell, Calhoun damage.
Now you have another decision to make. You can send that Basil on into this Diablo. He already quested quite significantly, gained a ton of lore in the process. Maybe clear, or you just leave the Basil around, because you still now have Elsa and Basil plays available going into follow-on turns, as now Chaotic Beat has lost the momentum. You need another up-tempo card, and it's the Genie. Is that good enough? We'll find out.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Elsa's going to come down, buff up the Elsa, take out the Genie. I know.
Color, we've seen it so many times.
It's like when you listen to a good song and you're like, oh, I like this song. I'm going to listen to it 70 more times, and then you're like, if I hear this song again, I will drive my car. I'm just kidding. So we are going to make sure that. Actually, no, we're thinking about it, because again, as I'm with the
maybe
skill,
don't have it.
I'm not in. I just you're kind of in this like. I don't want to say like Terror Land, like Nightmare Land. Is that fine? Nightmare matchup. I
mean, this is a pretty bad situation, and it's kind of going downhill ever so slightly. If Elsa comes down here and there is the Infernal Schemer, that might actually be slightly worse, as you get a super mega up tempo Hades to clear your best play, and now your whole board is starting to dematerialize, as we're just going to quest. We're not even going to worry about this Diablo, leaving him there since turn number 1.
Yeah, again, that Diablo is going to go for 10, but at this point now we do have our Hades established, which has 2 lore, and we have our Bell established, which has 2 lore. And guess what? Genie also has 2 lore, so we are winning this race regardless. So that Diablo could go for literally 19, but we're going to be at 25, so it doesn't really matter. And White Rose will get us a little bit closer, just a
Mhm.
little bit, as we gain 1 lore.
And we ink
2
that
lore.
Yzma another White Rose. So we're still pretty comfortable trying to run this race, but now you're going to have to really think about exerting any more, because Strength of Raging Fire is going to be your way to get back into this game, as Hades' 6 willpower is going to count for a lot. Genie's 4 willpower, and also Belle's 4 willpower, but still questing that Diablo. He's going to keep chugging along, singing his song.
Diablo's gone for 7 approximately, and I do love that. Again, it's one of those things where you're like, okay, no, did we just Hades the Diablo?
We did. Hades on the Diablo. He finally had to fall. And getting all those quests in worked out so nicely. And now you're able to quest so freely with the other 6 lore that you got added onto the board. This is looking super good for Daniele.
I understand it. I understand it. I respect it. We were going to play 7 ink to play our Hades Infernal Schemer onto our 1 cost Diablo, who's now gotten us approximately 7 lore. But again, in doing so, we are denying a card. And at that point, I get it. We did see them ink the Yzma, so they're not really drawing a ton of cards anyway to utilize the ink that we're giving them. It was just the funniest thing in the world to see you use 7 ink to ink my turn 1 play. And that's why I lost it. But
a bit of an overkill, if you say, over banishment. If I could be so bold, that's a lot for a little. You could have challenged him quite easily, but just keep your opponent off that card. They've shown that they haven't been able to really do too terribly much. You pretty much got this one ran away. You hit your most optimal plays, as we are going to bring down the Elsa, clearing the Basil. It looks like you got to do some heavy lifting.
Yeah, that Basil's just kind of been sitting there menacingly. But again, I mean, we can trade our White Rose for our Belle at this point, and we could probably get after. So that's 4, 5, 6. We could actually take out the Hades, but we are going to clear our board onto the Hades, in which case that does not feel good either.
Yeah.
So I think get that Basil out of here.
Getting some incremental plus value when you can, still leaving 6 lore on the board, getting all the way up to 18 next turn, inking the Yzma. I also like Chaotic Beast, the way that he inks the cards. I rarely see people inking upside down like that. My cards would be so disjointed if I did that. Inking upside down and then like flipping them over. I'd mess that up every single time. So I like that little addition there.
I have to make sure that I don't. Sometimes I'll ink it face up, and then when I use it, I'll flip it like down, and then I'm like, did I ink for turn? And they're like, I don't know, and I'm like, I don't know.
No, but he inks it like upside
oh no, like
down.
literally,
like,
yeah.
Like the cards are actually, like instead of I ink them face up, he inks them upside down. That's interesting. I've never seen that before. As we are going to quest for another 6, get up to 18. You're going to need a miracle here. I don't think a card exists in the game that can get you out of this one. Not
anymore.
Anyway.
Sorry. Rest in peace. Be prepared. We will see you in Infinity, which we could have played tonight. Lucas. I'm just kidding. Has anybody ever called you that? I'm never doing that again. Is that a thing?
But that was a nice swift victory for Danielle. He won this thing on the draw. He did everything that you want to do. You got your Belle play. You got your your Basil into your Genie play, and that's kind of where the thing fell apart. So I guess there could have been a time where you maybe didn't take the bait on that Satisfied Dragon challenge, and maybe you could have potentially done something else, maybe grown your board wide, got to a Strength Raging Fire. But you just need a lot to go your way, especially on the draw in that situation.
As I say, let's be honest. This is Blurple versus Amethyst Steel. This matchup is bad. I think it is bad. And at the same time, however, when you have 2 equally skilled players, it's again, they're like, oh, the matchup isn't that bad. It's like, I don't know, it's like 49% not as bad. You know what I mean? And that's really what it is, because everything has to go right on the Amethyst Steel side, every single point of the game. And Blurple just kind of has to do the thing. Just a normal.
But as the set went along, I saw that the matchup spread was getting closer and closer in favor, going more towards Amethyst Steel. It's never going to be favored, but it's getting closer and closer to that 50% mark towards the end of the set.
I was say like 49%, but at the same time,
change the way you play. You have to really be super tight, extra conservative. You can't play into their stuff at all. You have to get a bit lucky. But like I said, on that Genie Satisfied Dragon play, you kind of played into his stuff perfectly, and it just lined up so nicely. And then it was just, when that happens and you lose your board in that early game, you're not going to be able to win, at least in my estimation, from what I've seen. I could very well be wrong, but in going second, just going to be a bummer all around.
That's what I was saying. I was like, yeah, it did close the gap. Like at the beginning, it was like, it was a fair bad. I love to be dramatic about everything, of course. But when what I'm saying bad, like instead of being like, 30, 40, like, wait, you inched it up. You're like 49% into this deck. And that's probably really, really good. But again, it's like Amethyst Steel is fighting for its life and Blurple's just kind of doing the thing. And so I think that's kind of like, it's very interesting that over this set they have been able to kind of close that gap and learn the lines and everything, and I think that's a testament to like how good like these players are and figuring out this game. But again, you're still fighting for your life. You're still fighting for your life, and you're like, I've done it, and like Blurple's like, I drew 2 second stars. You're like, I still did it though. So
just on a nonstop grind. But we have seen Amethyst Steel has had some pretty good performances in the DLCs that we've had so far, and it has had top placements. It had 3 placements in Bologna, it had 3 placements in DLC in Milwaukee, and also it won DLC in Milwaukee, and it very well could have won DLC in Bologna. It had a couple plays gone slightly different. So that it is a viable strategy. Clearly, you don't make it to that point in the tournament, like the top 8, without playing against some Sapphire Amethyst and being able to defeat them at a pretty reasonable clip. So there's something there. I'm not certain what the spread is, but I like to believe it's closer than people lead on. As we lead Diablo again on turn number 1, this pesky Diablo maybe go for another 7 one more time.
Hopefully he goes for 20. That'll be actually probably ideal at that point. But we do see the turn 1 develop, which is going to help us sculpt our hand. And that's probably why we, had 80 pieces of ramp in the first game. So again, let's just hope on turn 2 we have, like, I don't want to watch anybody miss ramp. That's not how I want to leave Fabled. And we are going to go double 1s on 2. Okay, this is something we did more last set, I would say. But I think we're saying basically Chaotic Beast is like, hey, I'm just going to go full aggro. Is it? Yeah. I'm just gonna go full aggro. We're gonna go fast.
And just try to hit the gas pedal and accelerate, as Tipo is the preferred ramp choice here. Maybe Tipo can combat some of these Diablos, but you have that Captain Hook there as insurance policy. And just trying to get that wide board, wide as you can, early as you can. Establish a 3-cost Singer here might be critical for you as Chaotic Beast is going to ink that happy, and we are going to get up that Genie Satisfied Dragon. And we are going to get a nice quest in again, putting those characters putting them into risk of the Tipo, but at the same time, you probably don't care because you're like, I'm trying to get that lore.
No, I like this too because again, we will still have 3 characters by the end. When we at the beginning of our next turn, and that's kind of really what you want. So that way we can take our 4th one. Yes. So basically, so long as you still have the 4 characters sitting there, you're going to be good to go. But in this instance, you're going to need 7 characters because we do see the bouncing of the Tipo into the Madam Mim Elephant, that's a pretty good card. We'll be able to move damage. We'll be able to ink that Tipo next turn. And we do see the Genie Wish Fulfilled coming down, drawing us a card.
Interesting. I like the Madam M Elephant approach, especially on the draw here. Having that 7 willpower goes a extremely long way in this matchup, just allowing you to kind of slow them down enough. Granted, you can go in with the Captain Hook, you can go in with the Genie Satisfied Dragon, and then maybe send the other Genie in as well just to clear this Madam M, but that's your whole turn after one character. So you really don't want to do that, but you are going to continue to exert this Diablo, which is actually super nice here in this spot. Never mind. Elsa, Spirit of Winter, 5th Spirit is going to come on through, exerting the Genie Satisfied Dragon. Oh, never mind.
This Genie, your other Genie. No, wait, that Genie. Yes. So we are going to sing Into the Unknown, and it is enchanted, which that's fine. That's fine. We love it. It's so pretty. So we are going to take that Diablo. And unfortunately here, that means that our strength of a Raging Fire is not going to be strengthful at all.
It's not going to have that value that you need. 7 willpower. That's the key. I mean, they can get through 6. They can get through 5 or 6 somewhat easy, but 7, I don't know. 7 just seems like right now you can get through 6. 7, it just makes it that much worse. So now we're going for another 3, maybe another Satisfied Dragon coming on through. Never mind.
Scratch that. We're not putting that down. But unfortunately, I mean, at this point, what we could do, you'd end up having to throw down Yeah, you're gonna have to throw down quite a few characters in that instance. So then you could sing Strength of a Raging Fire and then finish it off with the Captain Hook, which would be a nice trade-off if we maybe sorry, my bad. I just got a little Diablo over there, just wishing they were back onto the board to make that a little bit better of a cleanup. But we decided to take the lore and the cards, and
Yeah,
hopefully
that could be a vibe too. I mean, just getting a nice little character board flood here, and then seeing a strength, and then send the Captain Hook into the Madam M Elephant to finish that off wouldn't be bad. Maybe end it off with a dock to draw some more cards as well. I can't tell how many cards are in hand, as we
there
are
it
going to
is.
go two
Oh.
characters into the board. So that Satisfied Dragon and Calhoun Marine Sergeant, seeing
That'll do
strengths,
it.
send Captain Hook, and you're so lit. Let's
Yeah,
see if that's what's going to happen.
Let's say if you have that strength, then yeah, we're
Oof.
passing. Okay.
No strength to be had. That is unfortunate for the Amethyst Steel player. I've never seen him not have it.
Oh god. I mean, unless I'm the one playing Amethyst Steel, then I never have it. But we are going to see the Dumbo come down because, notably, as we did not exert, so there's going to be no damage to move around for Bell that could come down or anything like that. So instead, we're going to play a Dumbo and be able to immediately get that Dumbo value from our Elsa and pass the turn. So that is unfortunate that we didn't have the strength, because then that gave Danielle a time. Madrigal time to just draw cards and set up for the second half of the game, as we see in Elsa.
You find your own Elsa, which is a pretty nice answer to this Dumbo ninth one of the universe, as we'll just go ahead and send our Satisfied Dragon into the Dumbo, and then we're going to send our other Satisfied Dragon and Elsa into the Elsa, leaving just one Madam M Elephant alone and unafraid by herself, going into that 7 ink turn. So this is a much more reasonable board for the Amethyst Steel player, as you have a nice wide board. You have not saying any strength. You have not revealed any docks yet either. So this spot looks quite nice to win on the draw, on the play, excuse me.
I was going to say, it's the play, yeah. And unfortunately, we're going into some higher ink turns, but the board is quite wide, and that is always a problem for Blurple, but there is a lot of damage sprinkled around, so we can start playing Bell and can clean up a little bit better, but we are going to go straight for the Hades, because there is no Hades War, so I can just go ahead and throw mine out, get that into the inkwell, and start zooming, take out something else. We're going to go ahead and take out that Genie Satisfied Dragon, put 3 damage on our Madam M Elephant, and then at the beginning of our turn, nope, just kidding, he's back. He's back, and he's a little healthier than he was. Okay, so opting to take the other one with the 3 damage as opposed to the first Genie with the 2 damage.
Probably makes sense. Just having more options to choose from with that Madam M Elephant. You can fling damage at the beginning of your turn. And also going to the next turn, you have to be super careful not to get annihilated by a wild monstro off the top, as we are going to get our own Dumbo ninth wonder of the universe, able to exert the Genie or the Elsa in this situation. Genie being evasive. We'll choose the Elsa.
Yeah, because Genie is notably only evasive on our turn. So you turn that sideways, and that thing's probably gone to a Madam M trigger coming up on the beginning next turn anyway. So you don't want to make it easier for them to just go ahead and take out our Genie. Or, again, that was one card, one Dumbo trigger. We always have the Genie available to us to go ahead and trigger that again, because you could just pay 1, gain 1, draw 1 until you don't have any more ink, because Dumbo is bananas.
But you might be at a point in this game where you need to get to the Strength of Raging Fire, and you need to be able to deploy it to clear this Madam M Elephant right now, because next turn, if you can send that damage to finish off the Captain Hook and then challenge into the Genie or whatever you're going to want to do, and I think you agree, and that does cost a lot, and that does feel bad, but I believe that is the right decision to be made by Chaotic Beast, just to clear that Madam M Elephant, because that thing was going to cause some serious turmoil to you going into future turns, as it would have been healed and being able to take out some of your characters. Another Hades comes through, sending the Dumbo down, and this is where Daniele Madrigal can start to turn the corner.
And that's basically kind of what happens, right? We end up getting to a situation where it's like, oops, all Hades. And it's like, oh, Hades, play my Hades. Okay, sick. I'm going to untap or unexert and play my other Hades. And that's kind of the way this goes, is once you get to the top end of the deck, if you're throwing Hades after Hades after Hades, it's going to be hard to take out 12 willpower worth of characters. And Yzma comes down, a little conniving chemist, with just like Captain Hook as a treat and a dock. We see a dock. That's pretty good.
That's a
That's pretty
great
good.
turn. That's a great turn coming in from
Ooh,
Chaotic
ooh,
Beats. And you're able
yeah.
to use the remaining of your ink to play the Diablo down. So you have reestablished a very, very wide board. You are one character away from being able to sing a solid strength or rating fire next turn. And you have that Yzma who can also refill your hand. That was a phenomenal turn coming in from Chaotic Beats. Now, how is Danielle going to rematch that energy? I think you need to get to some Elsa Spirit of Winter. You need a cool 8-cost play here. I think it would
Absolutely.
feel
And I was
nice
going to
to get
say
that now.
that Hades says, like, is there a downside to this? Yes, there literally is a downside. And it's now you have so much ink where you can do turns like that. But we do see the Elsa, 5th spirit of winter, coming in to exert some important stuff like our Yzma that was going to propel us into future victory. And now that's gone. We'll go ahead, quest for 2. But it's okay.
Yeah.
3 damage is 3 damage.
And we also got a chance to use a little bit more ink to play that Basil now. So can we do it again? Is there another dock that you have available here? We have not seen a strength of rating fire yet. We did see our first dock as we got the Captain Hook. We'll take a nice clean trade onto the Hades. You did get 2 for 1 by the Hades. No big deal though. Actually 3 for 1 because he sent something to the Inkwell. White Rose comes on, gains you another lore.
I don't know if he has strength, but he does have Fire the Cannon. So strength, maybe not in the list. Maybe it is in the list. That'd be a mad lad thing to do. But again, Fire the Cannons does come on and clean up that Basil. So it was kind of nice. We had that little extra Basil as a treat. And now the Basil is not going to come in here and wreak havoc against our poor Elsa. We're going to have to do a little bit more to clean that up. But again, Blurple's got a lot of tools to get rid of exerted characters. So we'll see. But
And you're just gonna I think Chaotic Beast is fine with just trying to run the race here from this spot. You got your opposition sitting at 5, you're looking at your lore at 11, you're just trying to quest as much as you can, as some of these characters will probably fall this turn. The Doc is looking great for a Hades challenge. The Elsa is looking great to go into the Diablo.
Yeah, we're kind of going to clean up the board here. And unfortunately, though, we're just kind of sitting around where now we're getting to the point of the Blurple matchup where all of my things quest for 2 and yours only quest for 1. And that really makes a big difference. It's kind of that like control situation where you get to the end of the deck, you start throwing big bodies. The big bodies have a lot of lore. So then I can win in about 2 turns because you have no cards and I have all these little boys on my...
Very true. So you're on a time crunch here as Elsa is going to come on through exerting that genie. Is it even worth trying to challenge into this genie? I guess you kind of have to at this point. If you try to exert some of your characters, you need to get some of these evasive characters off the board from your side, or is it just time to just quest?
I don't know, man.
Just keep running the race, just race it out and hope for the best. And I think Chaotic Beast is running those numbers right now as you have 3 lore available. We are going to send it.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the punish here is Bell, and we all know that. And we all know that it's in the hand of the Blurple player. It's never not. But at the same time, you kind of have to just make them have it. And this is one of those situations where you're sitting there like, yeah, I'm going to make them have it. And they're like, anyway, sick, here's the bell, and I'm going to do 10 other things because I have more ink than I should.
Yeah. And he also has the ability to sing a second star to the right, which I don't know if that's you're gonna have time to do that because the race is on, as we are going to send that Hades into the White Rose, indicating that there could very well be a Bell the Accomplished Mystic. We are going to send the Bell the Accomplished Mystic into the ready White Rose, or the Elsa at the top, clearing the evasive Elsa.
I always do that. I always grab the card that would be most advantageous for them, and they're like, oh, no, this one. And I'm like, they're like, no, that one. I'm like, yes, my bad. I was like, I need to stop like preemptively grabbing cards and like letting them know, which would be the worst thing in the world for you to go ahead and banish. So again, we opted to take out the Elsas because evasive, we're just going to win that game in the air, being nimbly bimbly.
And we got our own Bell. So
when it's enchanted.
Bell will be able to send some damage over to the Hades, and then we can go and finish it up with the White Rose, just trying to fight back, as it looks like Nassif might be getting hard stuck at 13 ink. You're going to need a dock here soon. If you can get a dock into a secondary dock, you can definitely still.
Where are our genies? Are they all gone?
Use this race method that you've been kind of trying to do, but I think Dock the Bold Knight needs to be one of your very next cards.
Oh, and we did have the Into the Unknown, but we didn't need it. It doesn't matter because we're going to go ahead and quest with that one. What did we use the last of our? Oh, we used the last of our ink on the Dumbo. Y'all gotta exert your ink. I need it. And we saw that was a Calhoun, so we're just gonna throw a Calhoun onto the board, empty-handed, no cards in hand, all the ink in the world. Can I get a miracle?
You're gonna need some help here. You're gonna need your deck to bail you out as Madrigal is slowly starting to creep this thing back up. And this is a lot of lore that you're pressuring, and you also have the ability to gain some more resources as well as the Monstro the Monstrous. That's the last thing you could ever want to see in 1,000 lifetimes. And now the quest is on. You actually don't even have a target with this Calhoun to hit either, as it can't clear anything off the top. It's the silliest, stupidest strength rated fight you've ever seen in your life. And
So
Nasif, Chaotic Beats, goes down.
I was about to say the miracle actually went to the Madrigal. So there we go. And oh my gosh. And he's like, hey, let me just look at the top card. It's a strength. They are in the deck. They're in the deck. So
that was brutal.
Oh, there's a genie. We were looking for a genie. I mean, you got cards in your deck, but apparently they're all the good ones are okay. That's the second one. I don't know, man. I feel like you drew half your deck and all of the cards didn't really come to the top. But let's go over to the interview and ask them how they felt about having no Strength of Raging Fire in their deck.
If I could find Discord. Oh, there we go. Here we go.
Oh, good at this. Oh, I can't figure which chat.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Yo, gentlemen. Greetings and salutations to you both. I am here. I am JDZ. I was able to broadcast your guys' game along with Colors Law. It was so much fun to call that exciting matchup as Danielle. I've been calling you Daniele. Please don't judge me. Madrigal. Please don't judge me there either. You come out and get the win in pretty convincing 2-0 fashion. It didn't work out for your opponent this time. But we're talking about Fabled. It's almost over. We're going to talk about it a little bit longer. This matchup, we were talking about how Sapphire Amethyst has a little bit of an advantage. Going towards the end of the set, that advantage kind of closed a little bit. Is that how you feel, Daniele or Daniel? Is it Daniel?
Daniele.
Daniele. I knew it. I knew it. My Italian is great. Okay.
Yeah.
I did call you Danielle
about this matchup and how it usually goes for you.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Can you just speak about this matchup and how the matchup usually goes for you?
Yeah, okay. The matchup is pretty favorable for Blarpol, since you can do just your ramp into 4-drop into Elsa, and then you can take out the Singer from them, and then you can play your 5-cost lady like Belle, Elsa, and you just chill out until you can play Hades. And Hades is just too big for them. They always need to do 2-for-1, so you can win the war in the field, while you can also win the war in hand, because you can draw with your genie, with your draw spell, and also you have the power of Dumbo that is better in your deck, because you can just play the evasive war before your opponent. Thanks for the ramp, and that's it. And then you just chill out and wait until your big boys come and take out the board.
Okay.
Yep.
And we did kind of notice that in this matchup, but that kind of has happened throughout this set. But going forward in going into the Whispers in the Well, I don't want to get too much into it because we're still in Fabled right now. But is there any way that you think that this Sapphire Amethyst deck is going to stick around, or you think it's going to be sent out of the meta?
I don't know. I think the other control deck is just getting too much, and probably Blarpol is not the favorite one in the next meta. But let's see. I didn't prepare myself yet. I need to study this weekend with the prairies, so I will just wait until I can say something with more information from me.
Okay, nice. Well done. But Cole, do you have anything for Daniele before we kick it on over to Chaotic Beats and figure out what went wrong from his unique perspective?
How long did you feel when because you won the die roll, right?
Yeah.
So you were on the play. So how long into the matchup were you just like, oh, okay, this is this again? And are you more? Obviously, you guys played a very, very good game. Even I am over this Fabled meta. I don't know if you guys are as over it as I am. So I was just going to ask you, like, how do you feel about the Whispers in the Well stuff coming up? Because if I have to hear about Fabled one more time.
No. I'm very happy about the new meta coming. I think this Fabled meta is not that enjoyable from a player perspective. The deck is like standard. They always do the same stuff, nothing crazy. And in some matchup, you have no turning back point. Since the first tour, you already know where the matchup is going. You can always top deck the God card, but most of the time you just will die on the board, snowballing. So I'm very happy with the new card. I think there is so much innovative card, like the gargoyle is crazy. I'm very happy about new cards, and the new cards in the meta means new deck in the meta, means freshness to the game. That is what the games need now.
Okay,
Absolutely.
nice.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Times a thousand.
Whole
But
hundred. Yeah, we made
there
it through tonight, boys. We did it. Okay. All right.
there were two people in this matchup, and one person it didn't go too well for, Mr. Chaotic Beats. First, I gotta say it was nice to meet you down there in DLC Milwaukee. A long time coming. I'm glad it happened.
Pleasure. Yeah.
This matchup didn't go your way. Okay. So what went wrong? I mean, were there any plays you think that I wish I can have those back? We spoke about some of the lines in game number 1 where you kind of got into that Genie War a little too soon, and then the Bell stuff happened, and it just completely derailed there. But is there anything else that you can kind of look back on, like, hey, I could have done that slightly different to kind of get out of this situation?
So, yes and no. I was heavily punished during my altars both games. I just no strength of a raging fire makes it an uphill battle to begin with. But the way, because I took this same list to Milwaukee, and I was able to day 2 with it. I beat Blurples along the way. The way I need to be able to kind of recover from that Genie into Elsa play, or like Elephant into Elsa, whatever it may be, is I need both strength and fire the cannons on the clapback to kind of equalize that board. Finish off the Elsa thing on the Elephant or whatever it may be. If I can do that, it's usually very winnable. Here, I was kind of just playing with the cards that were dealt to me, and they weren't ideal. Yeah, and then not seeing docs. I got to 15 game 2 without seeing docs. If I could have maybe strung a couple of those together and actually presented more threats in that late game instead of just like, cool, I top deck a Calhoun and pass to you. That might have been a little better too. But I think it is enough of an uphill battle, this matchup, that is. It's enough of an uphill battle that even if you do hit all the right lines, it's still a very difficult matchup against a skilled opponent. So it is what it is. Sometimes it doesn't work out. And as many things as I could have done differently, in the end, it might not have mattered, because when you go into Hades, you're
done.
Like,
you're
there's no board I can build that really answers that effectively.
Yeah, and we did mention that. I know Color was saying it too. Color's here as well. We were talking about, hey, if you can get a dock chain here, maybe you can put some pressure on and it could work, but it just didn't happen for you, and it is what it is. But we're in Fabled. I want to hear from you. I'm sure Color wants to hear from you as well. We got to know about Whispers in the Well. What are you playing? What are you looking forward to see? What are you excited to hear about?
I'm of the mindset that if you're not playing the green song with Prince Philip, you're probably just losing next set, because a one-sided board wipe is always going to be good. I was a big fan of 8-drop Sisu and just the lopsided advantage that offered. So
you're a monster, but that's fine. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm just kidding. I'm very
if we can get back to those glory days. Emerald Sapphire seems like it's probably just going to be head and shoulders above the rest of the field to start off. We might see a couple things that kind of attack its strengths, maybe like a green steel deck with Ursulas and Pete's to stop that from happening. But I think if you get that board wipe off, and that Prince Philip's such the house, the ship. So that, if that thing sticks and you have a one-sided board, I think it's just wraps.
All right.
6/6 Evade is questing for 3. Better than Sisu.
It's pretty good. And then the Horseman strikes back, though. 3-cost Inkable that it goes ahead and takes care of an evasive and draws a card. So don't discount Amber. Come on, guys. Come on.
Back. I agree, Color. But Color, you got any questions for these Illumineers before we start to get back into game number 2?
All right. Let's start out with Chaotic Beast. What was your favorite part of the night?
Favorite part of the night? Getting to play on this mat for the first time.
Nice.
That was a flex of the century.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, what about you, Daniele?
The Dumbo and the Bell Enchanted just arrived today in late for the DLC Milwaukee, so I can play this for the first time and probably the last time. I don't know.
Oh no,
no. You'll play it
Let's see.
again.
Let's see.
You'll play it again, man. You will play it
Yeah.
again. But gentlemen, it's always nice to see you guys come through, and I really am very thankful when you guys come through the ICL and sacrifice your time, especially you, Daniele. I know you're in Europe, I believe, and it's super late over there.
Yeah.
So staying up late to
Yeah.
participate in the ICL, it's very important, and it means a lot to all of us because a lot of people watch this and they gain some information, and you guys are sacrificing your time. It's very important to the community. So please keep doing that. And it didn't work out for you this time, Chaotic Beast, but you're still a vibe, man, and we love everything you do. So come on back and keep rocking with it. But as we get back in and get ready for game number 2, please give us some special shout outs from you to the world. So we'll start with you, Chaotic Beats, and then we'll kick it over to our winner, Daniele.
I mean, first and foremost, of course, shout out to the team, Illuminati. We're everywhere and nowhere. Also, shout out to the South Florida scene, most competitive scene. Not trying to throw shots here or anything, but I went to Milwaukee and I was like, these matchups feel easy because I'm conditioned against such good players.
He got it.
The shot fire.
Shots
Okay,
fired.
okay. And last but not least, shout out to myself because I'm kind of dope and you should come check me out.
Bruh, oh my god. I don't know if anybody's ever done that before. Has anybody ever
Never,
shouted
dude. I
themselves
love
out
it.
on the ICL? That is
I've
a
never
first,
seen
and
it.
that
I've
is
never seen it.
unhinged behavior.
That's wild.
Okay.
More of
Respect.
that.
Complete
All
respect.
right.
Absolutely. Shout out to myself, though. I love it. All right. Let's bring that energy into Whispers in the Well. Let's do it. I am here for it.
Yeah.
I am fired up.
All right,
Absolutely
Daniele, any
inspired.
shout outs you want to give? The floor is yours.
First of all, shout out to my team. Let's hope that we can take the first win this time. We are
Let's go.
0-3. I hope that we can win some games. And shout out to all my friends in Italy. I just ran out my locals to play this game. I was playing at the locals, so I just run away and yeah, guys, I need to play on stream. I go away and shout out to them. And thank you guys for the organization. It's very amazing. Your effort putting in this community growing project is beautiful. I'm really happy to participate this. Also, if it's 2 a.m. in Italy, but I'm very happy to be there. Thank you guys.
All right. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
I'd
I'd
again,
also like to
sacrifice
add
your
real
time.
quick, shout out Luke and the entire ICL staff and everybody for making this happen. It's a pleasure and a treat every week. Much love.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Of course. It's a
Aw.
community built thing. We all love it. I'm glad you guys are participating in it. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next round. But we got another round to go on to right now. So another game is getting prepared. We're hopping back into the booth and we're gonna get that thing ready. So gentlemen, we'll bid you adieu. Good luck.
Thank
Have a
you
good one,
guys.
All right.
And I'm here. I don't know if JDZ is here, but I am here.
I think
Did
I'm
I
here.
win? Oh,
I think I've been here. I never left this time. I learned. You guys taught me the
you
ways.
did. You didn't leave. Oh my god, that's why I had to mute you like 6 times. Okay.
I don't know what's happening there. But we got a
Awesome.
1-0 victory. World class cards gets it done in pretty convincing fashion that time. Color.
Yep. I
Thoughts?
mean, am I supposed? Yeah, no, it totally happened the way, and I was super, super shocked and surprised at the outcome of that matchup. Super and 100%. No, I'm fine. I'm really crashing out on the inside, and I'm pretty sure it's like absolutely really obvious that my brain is already on Friday, and I can't wait. Tonight could have been infinity, but it's fabled.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But color.
You know who you are.
I think our time is coming to a close and we are about to
true.
get thrown out of here soon. But it was a fantastic matchup either way. I love both of their spirits and
Oh,
their
absolutely.
energy. And at this point, like you said, you understand what it is. You look over and you see your opponents playing these cards, like, all right, whatever, dude, just do it to me already. What are you
I
waiting
know.
for?
Well,
And
and,
it
the
works
altar
out
phase,
that
you
way.
could just be like, okay, on 3, I'm going to show you what my opening hand is, and we can go next game or not. Okay,
Or
ready?
not.
1, 2, 3.
All
All right.
right, let's
it's
get
cool.
out of here.
Yeah, but it's
I
fine.
love
But
that.
it's good, and I will be back with you tomorrow to crash out about this meta one more time. One more
right.
time. Same
And-
energy. We're going to do it.
And I
We'll
will
do
see
it.
you there as well. We will be here. And I think we're getting replaced. I believe that the Garrick is coming back in along with
Nope.
No?
It's Katie and
Katie and
Lucas.
the Katie. Come on down. And thank you guys. And we'll see you tomorrow.
I'm not entirely sure you ever go by Lucas. So is color fired? Is this the first report that we're getting? The color is fired.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
All right, it's fine. Color is not fired. This is all very exciting. This
I
is big
I
news.
used to hate it when I was a kid, and then at college, at some point, this girl said it to me, and I was like, "Yeah, you can call me whatever you want." And then after
Nice.
that, I didn't care. Like I got
And that's all it
used to it.
takes. Congratulations. I was scared because there's people out there where they're like, "You called
Some people
me
hate it.
Jonathan." They
Yeah.
do. It's true.
My name's
Yeah.
John. Like my
I
name's
know.
literally Luke. Like it's
Oh,
on
so that's
my
what I
birth
thought.
certificate. Like
Yeah,
as
so there is no
Luke. My
Lucas.
mom
There is no
hated
Lucas here.
Lucas. So that's like another reason why I'm fine with going by Lucas, is because my
Nice.
mom doesn't like it, you know.
Well,
that's
I
just
was-
humor.
So how I didn't do the pre-show. I thought we were all going to be doing like a slideshow of like another turning point, a fork stuck in the road for the Fable meta.
Oh.
But the vibes are not that. The vibes are that of
Get rid
you
of
have
it.
yeah, and I'm like, no, let's luxuriate. Come on, guys. Things are gonna get weird. We're gonna be boosting all over the place. We're gonna crack in boosties, boosting boosts, and let's just have a little.
Cracking boosties and boosting characters, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be so fun. And it looks like Jay Shaft here, Justin Shaft of World Class Cards, and Ezekiel Murphy. How fun here.
Yeah.
The honor of being Mai's boyfriend. Now is that Mai Tai? The Mai Tai Mai's?
I don't know. Maybe.
Possibly, because there is a famous player down there that's so famous she hands out jerseys to people. I don't think they're all on her team. It's very complicated. If anybody in the chat, please drop some Mai Tai lore. But either way, I'm excited about this matchup. I don't know what it is.
Oh, what is this? What is this? What is this? Oh my.
Honestly, can they hear us? We're here. Can they hear us? Could they hear us? That's all that matters, right?
I think she noticed that she was on camera for a second. She can hear me. That was definitely not supposed to be that way, but I forgot to put you on the screen, and I forgot to put me on the screen.
The chat is mentioning that now you are fired.
Yeah. Probably.
So honestly, shout out to the new person running the show, Color is Law, who's now in charge of everything because we had to fire Luke, and that's a bummer. No, Luke actually has 40,000 buttons. Like, you ever, like, when you're getting off a plane, look into the cockpit and you see 40,000 switches? That's actually Luke's setup over there. So yeah, and shout out to the Illuminati, who I was staying at the same hotel as a few members of the Illuminati, and I saw them in the lobby, and I was like, oh, that's fun. They're testing. And then I saw them in the lobby again. And I was like, perhaps they're in the lobby again. Fourth time, I don't know if they had a hotel room. They might have been in the lobby the whole
Did you
time.
think they're just there the
that
whole
could be
time?
the real, could be the conspiracy of a lifetime that we found out that perchance, nah, they definitely had a hotel room. They were great. The Florida teams are wonderful, and shout out to me, Katie is Law. And honestly, you guys know.
Oh my goodness, I didn't change the names either.
And listen, you're keeping
amateur
also,
hour over here. Amateur hour.
Listen, this is the end of Fabled, and we're going in like we came out screaming. And I am excited, and we're gonna find out what this matchup is. I didn't look at the deck list. I used to be a deck list anxiety person. I was like, let me see it. Now, no, I want to find out when they find out. You know.
So I have a feeling tonight's matchups. I feel like I should have a button where I should be able to press it and mix up the matchups that we are gonna have.
Ooh, well, it's Blurple.
We're literally watching the same matchup reversed.
Yeah, but it'll be more fun this time because now we're gonna see something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
maybe
it's gonna be fine.
Justin will draw his strengths at the right time in his docks, because Chaotic did not hit those at the times.
Well, we're starting off in a nice lockstep here where they both got their one drops down, which kind of starts the war. Where, you know, as you guys probably talked about, listen, you guys already talked about this matchup, okay? We're going to be saying a lot of the same stuff. It's the same matchup, but it's going to be a lot of the did you hit the markers here, and we're hitting them, right? We got one drop into ramp, and then we're past it. Now, he could have possibly played another one drop, which could be advantageous in this matchup, for we do know that Amethyst Steel loves to go wide, but alas, Basil stands alone.
Yeah, it really just depends on whether or not you want to guarantee to be able to play that elephant, because a Fire the Cannons, another one drop, could prevent the elephant from coming down. If they're playing Fire the Cannons. That's a Timothy. It looks like we're I would not be surprised if this just wasn't Frank's list.
Is he messaging Frank Karsten right now? Is he saying, Frank,
I'm doing it.
Frank, I dropped the Timothy Q Mouse. What's the next one? I'm scared, help. But no, shout out to Timothy Q Mouse. And shout out to Frank Karsten for making us go, the meta's not solved. We got Timothy Q Mouse in the house here. And by the way, the Q, I Googled it before I casted a Frank Karsten match because I was like, what does it stand for?
Quigley?
The answer is nothing. Nothing. Joseph, yeah, it stands for Joseph Quigley. Timothy Quigley Mouse. Shout out to ETB.
Obviously stands for Quickster.
No, he was my draft pick. I got to pick 5 and said, listen, Quigley's in. And you were drafted by Baker. Oh, so we got Into the Unknown being inked here.
I remember being like, why didn't you draft me, Katie? And you're like, someone already drafted you. I'm like, oh, it feels bad for them because I did not do well. Sorry,
Honestly, well, he had Frank Karsten. He's fine.
Okay. So our team won?
No, JDZ still won because JDZ only picked the most
because
insane.
I didn't do well. Hey, I'm an insane player, maybe.
No,
Probably
JDZ
not,
had
not
all
recently.
5 of his people make day 2. Disgusting. Anyway, but shout out to them. They were great. But either way, we see a Yzma Enchanted go into the ink well here, which is a bit of a slower card. But we also saw some very interesting cards being inked by Ezekiel over here. He inked a Finder's Keeper. He inked a Into the Unknown. So he definitely is reaching towards some higher end here things. And yeah, there goes a Cobra, which is a lot less scary when you're not across from a steel deck, as you pointed out with that Fire the Cannon being absolutely destabilizing.
I was just trying to figure out what it was. Like his
I
camera
just thought you were excited. Giant Cobra
broke right at that. So I was just like, what is it, a Cobra or is it a genie? Cobra, genie, Cobra, Cobra.
Play the game.
Play the game.
But yeah, so we do have J-Bomb in the chat. Teammate of Frank Karsten said Frank Karsten beat me in Milwaukee because of Timothy. And honestly, shout out to these tech cards. I do like the end of a meta because you do get to see people. Now, Frank Karsten is, as we say, built different. So he can do things that maybe other people can't necessarily replicate. We see Zan Syed's another player where sometimes I see him do well with a deck. And I'm like, can he just do well with a deck? Or is this deck in the hands of everyone going to perform the same? But we shall find out here as JChef is piloting it. A teammate of Mr. Karsten.
You have to think, like, is that an issue with his playtesting as well? Like, is Zan just crushing his friends or, like, the online ladder with something and doesn't realize it's not as good as it needs to be? Or is it broken? Like, that's... And I'm not trying to mock or anything there. It's, like, a real question there. Where it's just, like, you do have to play with players who are good enough to, like, actually show... Like, to do the plays correctly. Like, if you can notice your opponent making countless mistakes... Maybe your deck's not as good as it is if your opponent was making the right plays and you'd lose.
That's why I always close my eyes on my opponent's turn.
Yep.
I'll never know. I say
you'll never know if they're making a mistake or not.
I'm so scared. Please don't do anything. But here we go. We saw that Elsa come in. She's not able to do a ton by herself because she is against a Timothy Key Mouse and a Giant Cobra. So now she is joined by her best friend. I've never seen 2 pretty best friends, but here's 2 right here of Hades and Elsa. And Hades, he's got the Timothy here who's able to boost up that evasive, but he goes ahead and elects to go after that genie. And like you mentioned, there are, well, actually, no, there's no elephant in that deck. So that genie kind of just hangs out there.
They have one of those like best friend necklaces from like the 90s where it's like each of them have half a heart and they wear it as like a necklace because they're best friends.
Yes, you heard it here first, folks. Elsa and Hades sitting in a tree, messing up my end game and having a fatal top end of the curve.
Yeah, I mean, they're just besties. Like, besties at removing your opponent's characters.
Me too. So I will say down in set 1, there was a combo I like to call the hold them down and stab them, and that was Elsa Spirit of Winter with Aladdin, not beloved outlaw, but Aladdin Ruby. And so the hold them down and stab them was a wonderful combo, but this is the hold them down and banish them into the inkwell. But there we go, Dumbo into the inkwell, and we keep going wider here with a Palace card. It couldn't be a Palace. He didn't ink to play a Palace card, did he? Is that? Tell me what that is.
It looks like a dock. Or a happy.
Yes, that is a dock. My goodness. Sorry, it's like my vision's coming in as I look at it. He discard? He didn't discard. So dock, no dock, it looks like then. If it is a dock. But to your point.
Happy. Is it a dock?
Do you think the artist knew how critical it would be to know the difference between those 2 bodies when they drew them? No. Because like those are the only 2 dwarfs that ever get played and they have the most similar body language of those 7 warrior class dwarfs.
Yeah, and I mean, Sleepy sees occasional play too.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's true. Sleepy, but at least he's leaning on like a little pickaxe, unlike both of these two
Easy to tell.
goobers.
Yeah.
Both of these goobers are doing the little
Are they
salute. I'm
are
like,
they
come on,
literally
guys.
both doing it too? Let me.
Hey, it's tough to say. I mean, you have the card switchers, I guess. But here we go. We got. Oh no, one's pointing, and I think the other one's saluting, and it's like up, 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 up. Yeah, honestly, diabolical behavior on the dwarf's behalf.
Same picture.
It's the corporate wants you to tell the difference between these two photos. There is no difference. But here we go. We're chugging along, and on the board, we'll note here that it's very similar. We got 3 characters, but it's going to be coming down to hand size because one of these 2 decks has the ability to draw 3 to 5 cards at a time, while the other one is only going to be able to dock from this point forward. Now, he did go ahead and play a dock with, I believe, no discard. I think that's a dock. I'm going to bet because the feather looks dock shaped. So he might be about to drop a dock next turn because a body's a body, especially with you trying to get up to strength numbers. However, now I'm not so sure. But it could be. But we're gonna go ahead and see because I mean, it really
That
is
a dock.
It is a dock, folks. It's a dock, which makes you believe there's another dock coming. But we do have very, very mysterious situations here because the black sleeves, kind of blurry. Justin Schaff says, "Yeah, this dock. If I saw that was a time, Mufasa.
I saw a lot of play.
Someone humble just woke up and said, "Wait, are we talking about the dock?" But no, we are not. We are talking about this beautiful matchup here where it is a tale of card draw removal. Ezekiel saying, what else can I do? Are we allowed to sing on this stream? Sure. I'm doing it. Good. I like it. So here we go. Now it's time to see what we shall challenge. He does have his Elsa Exerted, which is begging for a genie to go ahead and move over. Now, famously, genie only hits for 2, but sometimes he can get some augmentive effect. We do see another genie. Yeah. More card draw. So that's good news for Justin.
It is, but it's also frustrating. He can't really quest with the genie he already has without Ezekiel's taking out that genie. At least with the second genie now, he can crack back to take out the other one if he wants. It's still kind of frustrating. Maybe if he had a skater to be able to take down, but he's at such a high lore, he just needs to turn things sideways. Even if they do get answered, he probably just quests for 2 with the other genie, doesn't even care about challenging back. And we discarded with the second Cobra. We're trying to end this game quickly.
Yeah, and I believe I mean, we see a scar, which is a telltale sign that Frank the Tank Karsten has been here. Because that
the
scar
is discarded? Okay.
Yeah. The scars remind me that this deck is real. But yes, to your point, it is very hard to do wide board removal in any of decks in this format, except if you've got that pesky Under the Sea, which neither of these people do. So, yeah, Justin's feeling pretty comfy. And, saying, this is a good way to start. This is a great way to start getting some bang for your buck with that Bell Accomplished Mystic.
So I'm assuming we're taking out the... We're either taking out the Cobra or the dock.
It's tricky because a dock she can do in one clean go versus a Cobra. It would have to take a double situation here. But the Cobra is... All right, so we did go a clean move onto that dock. Or did the Hades challenge it? Where did the damage go?
So we quested with Hades. And
got it. Okay. And that's a nice clean here because that Cobra can only quest. Now that Cobra... They could send 2 Cobras into Hades. That goes against Justin's go fast plan that he just committed to. And hey, Yzma? Is that you, Yzma?
Well, I think
it feels like this is
either an Yzma or Golden Mickey.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, Golden Mickey or Yzma. 50-50 here. But it looks like it is an enchanted Yzma. Now we go. We're just spamming the board with as many cards as possible, saying, listen, it's a game of inches, and I'm going to go as far as I can in this turn. And we get an Yzma, a dock with, I'm assuming, the discard, because right before it, he played another mysterious card. Perhaps a hook. This is really testing me here.
I don't think I remembered seeing Nassif play a single dock or a single Yzma in both of those games last round.
Well, he's got that Frank Carson tech. So now that being said, in this matchup, like we said, I mean, did you get... It's so terrible when you're casting. You're like, did you get the good cards? But that really was what it comes down to sometimes. Did you get the good cards when you need? and he has gotten some timely answers. But he hasn't played any strengths this game. He's been working on the card draw, which in this case has served him quite well, going wide and just recovering his board over and over again, and making Ezekiel respond over and over again. At this point,
And
there's
that's
not
it.
many responses. Yeah, he's done for this game. But we go to game
So
number
Justin trying to do his best here to cause a sweep, and that's really what WCC needs. Just like Maelstrom, both teams need to get a 3-0 when they can, because they're not doing well in each of their divisions. But there's always going to be one team at the bottom, right?
Yes, and we have only good teams, unfortunately. That's the bad news when we have only good ones.
It's just like you're like, well, maybe I'll get that like round one, like against the person who just learned how to play the game, and it's like, oh nope.
Yeah,
this person's got a golden Mickey, or
My
like,
pro
this
tip
person's
is-
made multiple day 3s. Day
At a
3
pro-
better than day 2.
if you're at a set champ, just lose early. Find somebody with the starter deck unsleeved. Play against them. Bounce off of that high to the top table. That's what you got to do. Unfortunately, I haven't had that happen in a while. But when it happens, that can be all you need. But you're not going to find any kids with a starter deck in the ICL, unfortunately.
Not this season, anyways.
Not this season. We kicked out the kid with the starter deck. We said, "How'd you get it?" He's like, "I don't know, mister. The door was open." We're like, "Get out."
Who knows? Maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure Aiden got put on WCC, but
World class kids.
yeah. But I'm pretty sure there's like Twitch rules about kids under 14 being on.
There is. There's like things. I read it once because I was like, listen, there's got to be something. And I said, this is very hard. But we do see J Shaft coming in with the light tech. So shout out to him who said,
Nice.
let me illuminate this situation as a Illumineer. And we are going to go ahead. But yeah, world class cards is kind of, I assume if you win a big tournament, it is much like the end of a Marvel movie where you come home and DKP turns around in a chair and goes, join us. Who let you in?
We're assembling the Avengers and we need you.
Yeah. You're like, DKP's in my house, but that's, you never know where you show up. That's actually one of my favorite part about the world class card people is they'll show up at any tournament anytime. So it's kind of fun when you're like, they just showed up into this tournament over here. You're like, yes, I love that. They are worldwide.
It is one of the nice things about WCC or like even Maelstrom. Like all of our players are not in the same cities. We have a few hubs where like a few of us live, but you'll see us at events all over. We're not on the East Coast or what.
They don't. No, there's one.
West Coast.
Oh, West Coast.
We're on the
yeah,
East, but not West Coast. I got my directions mixed up for a second.
50-50.
I'm in Nebraska. I don't need to know my directions.
We don't. We just kind of sit in the middle of the country and go, you figure it out. We'll be here. All right.
It's so flat, you can just look anywhere and see what you're looking for. So
it's true. I was going to be like, haha, you're in Nebraska. I'm in Nebraska. I'm in Nebraska right now. It could happen to any of you guys. Watch out.
It's one of the worst things that can happen.
You never know when it's going to happen to you. But here we go. We're altering. And this is an interesting one because, I mean, Amethyst Steel is a deck where they really... I'm not an expert on the Frank Carson flavor of Amethyst Steel, but it does feel like sometimes they're like, listen, we just got to do, like I think Tiago had said, 1, 2, 3, just go there, play string. And that is a great move. But with the Frank Carson, I don't know. Do you think there's any variance or is it still you're just hitting your 1, your 2, your 3, and then thinking...
Well, I think Frank identified that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's what's important. And then it's not like, well, I need to have the Calhoun or I need to have this. It's just you have to have a character at that slot. So then he's like, well, if I just need a body, then I can diversify my bodies to be more silver bullets for some matchups. Where say Timothy Quigster, whatever his name is, he houses a certain matchup. Well, all he needs to be is a body for strength and all the other ones. So it doesn't matter if he's a Calhoun or whatever. Like sometimes you just play a non-powered up Doc on 2, right? You do what you have to do to hit that curve. So then he can play these more fringe cards as long as he's playing on the curve.
Now, I was going to note that in the finals of the DLC Milwaukee, whatever deck was going first between this matchup did win. However, Justin was on the draw and won his last match. So this is kind of a little bit different than the way matchup we saw in game 1 of this night, and different than the finals we saw at the DLC. So let's see if he can do it again. Winning on the draw is not easy. You have to hit all your notes, and we're already off to kind of a much different, not much different, but slightly different start where we don't have Sail on 2. We have everybody's favorite child, Depot.
Yeah, and what is that? 3 cards left in hand? We got
Yeah.
hope for Ezekiel. There's a genie in there.
I trust him. But I guess to your point, I mean, we talked about, is it better to go wide? Is it better to have, people, JDZ always will say he likes the Sail because you get that card draw. But yeah, here we go with more of the tech cards. We have the Happy going in, and then we have Mr. Smee, which is another card that is not the Mr. Smee we all know and love. That's a 2 cost. That's a quest for 2, who's a 3/3. This is a different Mr. Smee. He has evasive, which is, or rather, he has the ability that they're phasing out where it's evasive on your turn. Or is he evasive all the time? Now, I'm not so sure. Only on your turn. But either way, we got Happy out of here because he definitely has Burst of Speed, which is only on your turn. So after his turn, he becomes very grounded, and Tipo easily made short work of him, doing a nice trade there and playing the genie that you hoped and wished for so much.
I think he was hoping and wishing for it. I'm just acknowledging that he
You're
probably
like, I'm a
really wants
non-biased
that.
third party.
I mean,
And
I did
Genie
root
and-
for him to win. So now, like, no matter what, my prediction is lost, because if Illuminati wins this, J-Bomb loses. If J-Bomb wins, then WCC wins and Illuminati loses. So my prediction cannot come to fruition now,
The
unless
J-Bomb
this is,
conundrum.
I was gonna say maybe if this was a tie, but that still wouldn't work.
Now, I didn't see what he played with the Mr. Smee. However, the Basil and Genie together is those are actually 2 very pretty best friends. Because if we can get an Elsa on curve, then if Justin played something really juicy here, then they'd be a great combo. Elsa taps it down, Basil pumps up. It's a great time. However, Justin just played a Mr. Smee and a Captain Hook, which is a little less fun to throw an Elsa into, but that might be what he has in hand. He does have a total of 4 cards, and he goes in with a Dumbo because he's got a little time on his hands, and he can use that to draw more with that genie.
Dumbino.
Yeah, getting a lure here, drawing a card. Now, he is a little vulnerable. By little, I mean definitely, because those 2 Smees would love to make a meal of a genie.
It's still getting rid of 2 characters in play. Like, it is not a bad trade for Ezekiel. I mean, you want to keep it, obviously, but I would be... Yeah, I mean, there's no singer, so strength would have to be like a 1-drop and just paying for it.
Which is not out of the realm of possibility. Steel is a scrappy color, and he did go wide on purpose there, possibly to not play a genie into an Elsa that he was scared was around the corner. But we shall see if we drop a genie here, if that's what he was waiting on playing. No, he was only at
an Elsa would be devastating if he could play it. But yeah, as you say, he could go only up to good 4. An Elsa to exert the Dumbo, trade a Smee on the Dumbo, send Smee and Elsa into Genie would be game over for Ezekiel, I feel. But at this point, he's like, sure, trade both your Smees with my Genie. You have less characters for strength. You don't have the Genie or the Smees to threaten my Dumbo. Poor Justin here. We can't see his board when it's dark. We can't see his board when it's lit up. There's just no winning. Lighting your board, it's a lot more difficult than people think.
Yeah, and we see him do so like you said, I mean, he played a strength full price. He inked an Elsa, which we're like, that'd be valuable. And it is, but it is also valuable as ink. And he went ahead and dropped a 1-cost hook and then played Strength Verging Fire, leaving only a Dumbo standing alone, which he is not going to win the game by himself. But will he get some friends? Let's start the party.
Only 1 card left in hand. It's probably wrong, but I would have been tempted to strength the Dumbo and double challenge the Genie. But if that's another strength in hand, that explains why maybe we didn't do that. Plus, we can just use 1 Smee to take it down for 1 card. So we're like trading a card in hand for having the Smee in play. But I feel like Ezekiel has all the cards in hand, and Justin only has... It needs to be a dock at this point. But no new characters being added, though, actually. Like, we can just trade here... Play character, play dock, draw 2 more, play another one, and we're looking okay.
Now Smee is a 3. He swings for 3.
Yes.
Okay, so he's able to trade. So yeah, the momentum
No dog.
is not out of. Yeah, so it's not a crazy time here, but it is rough because I mean Ezekiel has access to way more card draw than Justin will have from this point forward, so he definitely can shift the momentum very quickly, starting with this Hades.
It is funny that the two most defeated teams in the league also happen to have the most Mickeys, possibly. That is entertaining to me.
Yeah, you're like, listen, it's kind of a monkey's paw situation. I can have a golden Mickey, but I can't win the ICL trophy. No. But here we go. There's the Scar tech. And now is the time where we all say, everybody, look for your nearest ally. Hook, I do not believe is an ally. I know Smee is, but Hook is not an ally at all. He's a villain. So this is not the greatest, but it is probably the card he has, which is the card he plays here.
If only we
Hoping
could
to
have
get
played that Scar last turn with our 4 ink. Been able to take out the genie with a single Smee.
And here goes that momentum. That Finders Keeper is devastating. I remember there was a time where like it's so expensive, but suddenly with friends on the other side gone and Blurple just having access to so much time at the top end. Yeah, they said, wait a minute, I'm happy to pay that full price for 3 cards. I'm going to do it whenever I can. And now it's looking a little bit more rough for Justin on his path forward. He has 1 card in hand. He basically Scar needs a buddy here to make this card draw work. It'll be interesting to see what he does. A Doc, like Doc, come. He's been on the screen. Can he be in the hand?
Summon it from the deck.
Yes, send me a Doc from somewhere
1
beyond.
dwarf,
but
2 dwarf, 3 dwarf, Doc.
it's Doc o'clock and we're all clocked in. He's not slamming anything, which makes me believe it's another one of those turns where he's like, I don't know. I would love a giant tank, but no, it is Elsa, which is fine here because Rafiki is a 0-2, so you can get rid of him for free, which feels quite nice. Which he says, wait. And then goes ahead and goes both into 2 characters here into that Hades, and then clean up. So that was rough. Ezekiel had a board, 2 nice characters,
Elsa's
and with
good.
that, yeah, Elsa is really good. It definitely changes the math quite quickly, as we just saw.
Now the Scar is here to quest as well. It's going to trade with an opposing Elsa if it wants to take care of it, or removal gives ramp. I mean, it really just depends on if Justin has more card draw. He's only played 1 card the last 2 turns, right? Just keeping that 1 card. Is it a Doc and he's just drawing some bomb 5-drop to play instead? Or is it just, some 1-drop that doesn't matter?
To your point, though, we have not seen Tinkerbell Fast Flyer or Tinkerbell Giant Fairy. Into the Unknown, which, this is a nice way to take care of 1 character here. Moving that damage from the Elsa onto that Scar, saying, listen, that's a very pretty enchanted Scar. However, you shall never do anything cool with him. He is gone. And Elsa might get 2 more damage here. No, she goes back to... She had 4 on her?
She had 3, but he didn't need to move all 3 to take out the Scar.
So he said, you get to keep some, okay? Keep the tip. So here we go. Those 2 characters, devastating work here. And what a lot of things you can do when you have access to 9 ink. You're able to drop these bombs. However, Justin says, it's my turn, and I'll do what you do. I'll go ahead and drop a genie, start the party. I think that's a genie. I would bet. Here, is it the Doc? Is it the Doc we waited for? No. It is Timothy? Is it Timothy? It feels censored. It feels like something very lewd is on all these cards, and we're not.
What happened to the lamp?
The lamp. Oh, I was like, did Jafar's lamp? I mean, so what happened is Jafar.
Ezekiel stole it.
We recap the movie. I was like, all right, I don't know how much time we got, but I mean, currently it depends on what point. But here we go, Diablo. So definitely not that Doc. And the lamp, I don't know. He's having a time, and this happens, folks. It's hard. But here we go. He has 3 cards in hand on Ezekiel's side, so Justin has to kind of decide, how bad do I fear it? What could they be? And the answer is probably some pretty painful stuff. And we're about to find out the first one. Yes, it is Pain Incarnate, Hades Infernal Schemer, coming down and turning that genie into ink and saying, here, you can have ink too and play whatever you want with that 1 card in hand. And what's the pretty friend?
Such a board. It's like so targeting, seeing to target itself. Oh no, Rosie Nelson.
Yeah, I want to go into the unknown. No, so there we go, and it's been a very swingy match, which is not something you see in the late game all the time because I mean, Justin's deck has a little less of a top end than Ezekiel. However, Carson's list does have a little bit more top end, like we talked about. That Tinkerbell Giant Fairy could be in here, but probably not going to be super impactful at this point, as the momentum is. No, the event momentum is very, very, very heavy in Mr. Murphy's court.
Like Justin's been doing a good job so far of maintaining with these haymakers back and forth, but Ezekiel just still has them. It's just like, Justin stumbles this turn a little bit.
Exactly.
Dumbo's not bad if Ezekiel doesn't have one of a dozen answers.
Exactly, and it feels like the answers are
There's one.
Hades are the most buoyant card in the whole meta. It's always at the top. It's always waiting. And here we go, one jump. Let's go find another.
All right,
some more.
We're out of cards. Ezekiel is out of cards now. So there's a world that Justin. Maybe there's not. That's 8 lore. There's not a world that Justin could still win this.
No, he'd have to throw just everything he has, and even then, he could take out a bell
dock
or Hades.
Into a mim, and then that takes out a bell into another dock, and a 1-drop strength on the genie. Maybe.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like I mentioned before, it's like when you go into your fridge and you're like, maybe I bought good groceries and I forgot about them. This is when you go into your deck and go, maybe I put a card in here that says, don't worry, we're gonna be okay. But I think all those cards happen to be at the top of Ezekiel's deck. He's just digging and looking for one of a myriad of answers. And here comes one, a Dumbo, and will he use it? I think Justin says, okay, let's just go to the next game.
Now the question is Justin going to be able to get number 2? Win number 2 on the play?
Yes, and we've seen him win on the draw. We've seen him lose on the draw, and now on the play, I don't know. It could be a much different game here because, as we saw, he kept Ezekiel on his heels for a long time. So I'm very interested to see how this game plays out. Cards to note, Ramp on 2, classic. Strength, another classic. Have we seen strength? We saw one, right? One strength?
Yes.
We saw a strength onto a genie, I think. And he paid out of pocket, which is crazy. He paid full cost just to get rid of that genie. So now this one's for all the marbles, and Justin's saying, listen.
So I've been having an issue where I constantly say hardcast, but that's just some MTG pilt stuff, right? So I need to change that verbatim. So I've been trying to think. It's just like, how do we say that? But it's a song,
Is my
right?
out of pocket?
So
I'm using insurance terminology. He's not using his deductible. He pays out of pocket for this, which is not
right. So I'm like, well, maybe because it's a song, it should be like, so he spoke that song or something like that because he's not singing it.
Poetry, spoken word. Yeah, he. Yeah. Oh wow, Liam just came from heaven saying he's singing himself. Justin sings himself. He plays it as an action. I like to say pays full retail price. I like that one because I always think of songs. It's kind of like a discount. Famously, my dad. Famously, it's not famous, but to me, he said, "I don't like songs. I think decks that have them are terrible." And I said, "Okay, that's kind of one of the things about this game.
It's like the best thing."
Yeah, it's a kind of the thing about Lorcana is sometimes you can do an action for a reduced cost. So then I think, well, you pay full cost.
Katie's dad, renowned Ursula 2 player.
Yeah, no songs. He plays the deck of 60 Ursula Deceiver. Insane business, but we let him. We say, you can do it, Dad. Just ink 2 of them and just keep playing that on repeat. Just make sure I don't play songs, and you kind of win in a way.
Nothing feels better than keeping one Ursula 2, drawing 2 more off of the altar, and then when you play one on turn 2, they have no songs in their hand. They draw for turn, sing a song.
Yeah, you're like, how dare you? How dare you? That's legal, but I don't like it. But we're going to see some singers. That Angel being spoiled in Winterspell. Cannot wait. Cannot wait for some turn 2 song mischief. Please, I missed it.
That middle pile almost perfectly blends into the playmat.
It's nefarious. If you're ever streaming, black sleeves and white sleeves are the most diabolical of sleeves because you're just like, I don't know. But luckily they do mark their ink. It's when you're casting remotely and they don't say how much ink they have. You're like, they could have 100, 0. I don't know. But either way, and then Ezekiel possibly has pink sleeves. I'll go with maybe.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, did he just ink a strength pass?
Ooh.
That is stinky business in the game, in the business. They don't like that. And Ezekiel says, I have a 1-drop. So now we have to have a heater.
An abundance of sails even, like, or a ramp as we're inking a sail.
Yeah, so here we better get the heater of all 2-drops. And I think, is it Calhoun? Could be. Because I would consider that a nice checkmate on any questing that could happen on Ezekiel's side. Is that Calhoun?
So I do remember at the DLC
Yes.
that there was someone talking about how they played purple steel, amethyst steel completely different than other people, where they would ink their 1-drops and not try to play them in this matchup, and go more towards the late. But I do believe that player was also playing with like finders keepers in their list.
So they had an oppressive top
end
of their curve, which we might find.
It does. It was Oleola. I can't say his name. Apparently,
Oyola.
Oyola. I want to say the L at the beginning for some reason. I don't know why. But shout out to him, like coming up with a different version of the deck. So when his opponent sees them inking the 1-drops, they think they got it, and he's just like, "Nah, I got all these cards, got all this."
Also, shout out to Justin's board, who just became crystal clear for a moment. Let's all revel in this moment as Calhoun. I see her with new eyes. But here we go. We're about to find out what's the plan here. Are we doing a 3-cost card? Are we going to do, they draw into some other cards? Very curious to see. But the good news is that Calhoun did keep that. Whoa. I've never seen such a thing as flash inking of Dumbo into a Jafar. You never know what'll happen to you folks when they hit you with the lightning ink.
Just teleporting Dumbos here.
That is not probably it's an interesting move there, because he plays the Jafar, which boosts up your character when you play him. He gives a Challenger 2. Notably, he wasn't able to do that. Or is that the one that gives a Challenger 2?
I do believe so.
So yeah, he goes ahead and doesn't play the Dumbo, possibly telegraphing that he doesn't have any evasive buddies. I don't know. It's a very interesting move there.
That's 1 strength and 1 Dumbo inked. Those are 2 cards that you do not want to have to be inking.
Yeah, and it makes you kind of it's interesting.
Another strength.
He's kind of doing a class of like, these are cards that you don't want to ink. Strength, also strength again.
How many genies and docks are in Justin's hand?
Yeah, he's telegraphing there's some painful choices being made. The Jafar being one of the more interesting ones. I'm still trying to think through. Why would he play? What am I missing? Well, he quests for 2. So maybe he...
Yeah, there could be a world that he had wanted to sing the strength, but he had to ink it. Or he has a 3rd strength. The problem is strengthening Genie right now is pretty meh. Strength Genie, and then they play a bell and just move it onto your character.
Yeah, but he still has 4 cards in hand, so he's keeping his hand nice and full. So it's not over, but neither side is necessarily firing off to the races. But that Calhoun has done a good job keeping that Rafiki in check, and now it is time to see what kind of stuff Ezekiel's able to do. He did play Ceylon too, which would let him get an extra card. We see him Inkatipo, and then Elsa, which is finally going to change the math, the stalemate, and lose the Genie war, because now that Genie is out of here.
So this is looking like Blurple's going to be taking down Amethyst Steel 2 rounds in a row.
This is, I like it. You're like, it's done. I'm calling it 0-0, but you are
0-0
correct.
most likely.
Yes, I mean
play, but
yeah, I mean, Justin has Justin has been not playing the coolest cards in his deck, so whenever that happens, I'm like, don't worry, all the cool stuff is happening later. But we do see a Tinkerbell Giant Fairy going into the Giant Inkwell, and what is this cool card? a dock. So that kind of telegraphs the life he was living over there, because he just paid for a dock with no dock. Calhoun. So he was definitely in a hellscape hand.
There's that third
And
string.
finally,
And now play another dock. All right.
yeah, he finally made it through his hellscape hand. He was like, listen, this was not my favorite time I've ever lived through. But he did
So,
live
like,
to tell the tale.
This is a wide board, but we're at 2 lore and all of those quests for 1. Rafiki trades with Calhoun. Elsa just gets to eat the Jafar. And then, sure, if Justin has an Elsa back, that could... Oh!
This is what hurts. He had dreams. He had a dream. He had a dream. And then Rafiki came in, cleaned up all the dreams, and now it is a little less of a dream. So he inks that Basil, 2 cards in hand. You know it's 2 Hades or 2 something scaries, and now just 2 docs standing there going, "I thought you were gonna help," and they're just pointing at each other, being like, "Who's in charge here?"
It's like the worst Spider-Man meme ever.
Yeah, they cannot sing. They cannot draw any more cards. They can only challenge for 1. They don't have evasive. They're, Doc is a great card, but he needs some firepower. And then we see
Cobra and
Mr. Smee.
Cobra and Mr.
Mr.
Smee,
Smee, I believe. Yeah. And Cobra, did he discard? I don't know if he's in the, no, he did not, right? Because he has 1 card.
He's just a 4/4.
Oh boy. And this is where we say, because Ezekiel just starts playing the world's greatest hits of Blurple from this point forward. It's like the only thing that can happen in his deck is heater after heater, and Justin just has to scramble through and say, I need 40 Timothy Chemoses right now. Please. Timothy Chemos, we can
It
hear
doesn't
me.
even like do much. That's the problem.
No, all I know is Timothy Chemos won
All right.
the entire. Okay, this is a good start because now you can draw off of that Mr. Smee with this Dumbo and get a lure. He will do that.
Yeah. Except
But
Ezekiel
still, my
has
goodness.
another bell. He even looked. Ezekiel has another bell in hand. And it's like, fine. Don't mind if I do. I'll challenge your Smee and then bell the damage to your Dumbo.
Devastating, honestly. And that's why Blurple is not an unbeatable deck. But when they beat you in a way that feels so personal. They hurt you in a way that feels soul crushing because it's just, you're like, hey, they have to have this 1 card. They have it. That's just the story of playing against this Amethyst Sapphire deck is you say, as long as they don't have hypnotic strength, they're like, oh, I have hypnotic strength. In this case, he's going to go ahead and start with the Dumbo, which he doesn't have enough ink to do both. So he's just taking his time here. He's not really scared of what's going on Justin's side. And then he's going to pay with his remaining 3 ink.
So, do we shift the bell?
Just be like, honestly, this is very personal. I mean, you're right. It is a Floodborn, but in this case, we're just going to go ahead and be patient and not pay. I mean, you're right.
Bell is fine.
Oh, this is silly business. We got magical maneuvers, which exerts a card and draws a card, I believe, right? Or does it just exert?
Just exert and returns one of yours to your hand. So we bounce the Hades back and we get rid of one of those evasives, even though we're losing our bell to a dock now, which doesn't feel great. But the game is not over. Like, if Justin continues to draw, like, some pretty good characters here, like, the fact that we got to keep this Dumbo, so it's drawn 2 cards and gain us 2 lore. We get to get rid of the bell, so there's not much of a threat on the other side yet. And we can... That's better. Like, who cares about the bell if you can get rid of the Dumbo?
Yeah, so we got our own bell that came in. However, that one was able to go ahead, like you said, knock out a Dumbo. And now we know that, unfortunately, Ezekiel still has plenty of answers on his side. So that's the sad part of the story is we're able to get the 3 damage. We're able to do Hades. He gets to pick which one he wants to do if he wants to cash in on the not knowing that there's a bell in hand. But instead he goes ahead, does the Hades, sends that Dumbo right into the inkwell. Justin here with a luxurious 10 ink, which is kind of insane in an Amethyst Steel deck. And there we go, having that bell go ahead and get some damage onto her and take care of 1 of 2 dogs.
Yeah, it just like slows Justin down. His chance is to go wide, where Ezekiel just needs to answer everything. He doesn't have to go wide yet himself. The genie's irritating for sure.
Yeah, he's like, okay, those are nice cards, I like them, but that bell, I'm looking at the math here as far as like good ways to get damage. If Justin doesn't know,
It's a tough choice for Justin. It's like, do you trade bells? Do you have removal? Do you let him trade? Like, what if he does something pesky? I don't know what that.
he's been doing
thing would
something
be.
pesky the whole time. I feel pesky is the only thing he's been doing. But here we
Like,
go.
what if he played another Elsa and just like, I mean, I guess he'd go after the genie instead of the bell, but oh,
Well, he says, well, I guess I got Elsa, which is not the most exciting time for an Elsa, but we do turn Hades sideways and just say, listen, I'm going to figure out what I want to do.
Eat the bell.
Yeah, and there we go. One bell down, and then we go ahead and take the other bell as a cheeky quest for 2 and say, all right, now you have to answer, but with that 4 on there and the bell in hand. I think Ezekiel's about to do that cheeky maneuvers that we talked about.
So many of Justin's characters have been put into his inkwell that he's able to play a 4-drop and a 5-drop in the same turn.
Insane business. But here we go. We're going to go ahead and just start with a challenge, get another damage on that Elsa. Which makes you believe if he went ahead and did that challenge. All right, he only needed 2 damage, so he wasn't too worried about it. So he goes and moves the rest of the damage, or 3 of the damage from the Hades onto.
That's not what Ezekiel wants to see, but only 8 ink, and we're inking here. Makes me feel like maybe there's a second star.
We got Timothy Q Mouse. It's over. Just kidding. But either way, he gets a quest for 3, which is quite nice. So that goes from 7 to 10, right? Or no, Timothy Q Mouse does not give. I thought he gave plus 1 or 2 evasives, but maybe I made that up.
You can't even really put 2 damage on the genie this turn and try to do it the next turn because the mouse then can finish off the Elsa.
The mouse. That mouse.
Timothy Quigster.
Joseph Quigley, hopefully you can hear us wherever you are. I did find out, so I was trying to find Quigley during the day because he was on my draft. I wanted to see what he was doing, and I looked up his melee, which is Tigger Boy, and I could not find him because it turns out somebody in Canada, I believe, took Tigger Boy just to spite him, and he couldn't have it in Ravensburger Play Hub. So whoever you are, why would you do that? Don't do that ever again.
Pretty sure I thought he changed it so people couldn't like.
Honestly, that would make a lot more sense.
Who they were playing until they sat down.
Yeah, because it was like koala something. I was like, honestly, I love that. It's like he's running from the law, and I want to know what crime he did because he acts like he's in witness protection on every single platform. It's a different name. So for that, he was drafted on my team. But here we go. We have a nice upright board of some menacing characters. We're going to start the party with an Elsa going into the genie. Maybe not.
Oh, do we get the bell?
The Nobel Peace Prize?
Question,
no, it's here we go.
Replay. We need to ink one more, right? To replay it. TikTok to finish it off.
Brutal. And this is brutal. And this is why everybody thinks this is the most fun deck. Everybody loves it. It's so fun to play against Amethyst Sapphire. But this is why, I mean, the mischief that you can manage. Elephant, we know, is a very, very fun turn 3 card that players like to play. But here we see it being used as an echo of the bounce package of yore. Where we're able to get a card back and say, don't worry, you'll get to see it again. Don't be sad. Oh, and we see the 4th strength go into the inkwell. And then we see everything go into the inkwell because I don't think he wants to play Lorcana anymore. And that's what happens. He does say, I'm done with Disney Lorcana. He says, you know, I think he did well, Ezekiel. And he did. And honestly, shout out to Justin for showing that you can win on the draw. And we are going to go talk to him about it right now. Maybe. I'll get there. Don't worry. You start talking. I'll get there.
Like another strength. So I had 2 strengths, 2 Calhouns, and 2 docks in my opening hand.
Oh my goodness. We were trying to guess. Like you ink a strength and then you ink a Dumbo, and it's just like he has to have 1,000 genies and docks just chilling in his hand.
Yeah, it was 2 Calhoun, 2 Doc, 2 Strength. So turn 1 I inked a Strength. Yeah, and just like I drew Hook, played a Calhoun. Just nothing like. You have to be the aggro in this matchup, and like the way my hand was played, I kind of like was forced to try to be the control in the matchup, and that's just not what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was, I mean, we saw you win on the draw, and we're like, whoa. So obviously some very devastating things happened, and you showed us those devastation there. But however, Ezekiel, you were able to do some fun business there with your cards. So tell us a little bit about that elephant. I mean, that was a fun play there. Did you have the elephant in as a top deck, and you just decided you wanted to do some bounce there, or is that just a nice thing you stumbled upon as you got to that part of the game?
No, I mean, yeah, I just top decked it there. I mean, the game was pretty much already over. It's not really working. The game was pretty much already over at that point, anyway. Like it didn't really matter what I did on that turn. Sorry, there we go.
I liked it. That was fun. That was kind of like we were in the Blair Witch Project of casting, and I liked that very much. But yeah, no, I mean, to your point, I mean, you saw Justin be absolutely on the ropes, so I think that's always a hard time as a player where you're like, I did this time. I'm sorry, I'm doing this because, but you did hang in there for quite a bit. But yeah, it's finding that fourth strength go into the Inkwell was a moment of no one likes see such things happen.
Yeah, it did look like there was the chance to come back a few times with the amethyst steel. I was really like, oh, maybe it's coming back, and then Ezekiel's just like, no, I have everything. I'm sorry that your Dumbo's drawing you cards, making you think you're back in this game, but I actually have all the answers. A little disheartening from the
having the magical maneuvers to get the Hades back to like stop the Dumbo, like pretty much like killed him. And like I mean his hand was just super bad that game 3. Like the problem with that matchup is like I'm like it's already a really tough matchup and like he drew like a bad hand. But like this game
you
like,
could be like 50% on the play, but yeah, you have to have like one of your top 70% hands to even for it to be close, I think. That definitely wasn't one of those.
No, yeah, like you won like game 1 on the draw, but I missed 4 drop too, so I think that super helps. Like these games, like there's not like a lot of like I don't think that matched like a ton of skill expression. Like it was just kind of like whoever got luckier on the moles. I feel like, but
well,
yeah, no, definitely good games.
It's hard, right? This is a part of the meta where we're like, I think we get it, right, folks? We all understand. But that being said, shout out to you guys for bringing these decks. I mean, we saw so Justin, you had to pick. You had to say, listen, Tiago, Frank, sell me. Which one am I bringing? So ultimately, what made you decide that Timothy Q Mouse Scarbrew was the one that you wanted to bring tonight?
Yeah, I figured just playing Frank 60 was kind of a good call after he won the DLC last weekend. Just kind of hopefully trying to show this deck off a little bit in a positive way. Unfortunately, yeah, game 3 kind of just fizzled out there. Yeah, for the most
I think it was Doc that fizzled out. He let you down. Doc let you down on that game, and he was showing up at the wrong times, and that's on him, not on you. But either way.
Yeah, I think one of the crazy things about this deck is it only plays 3 Docs, and then just opening with 2 Docs and just kind of
Yeah.
it hurts. But yeah,
They're like,
it is what it is.
We're here. Well,
Yeah,
either way, go ahead.
I was just gonna lament about how frustrating it is. You could play 2 Docs and you would always see them both in your starting hand. It's
Yes, a clinic of docs, as Liam of the Illumineers would say. But either way, I think that was a fun match. What wasn't so? We did it. You did it, folks. We all showed up. We played this game.
How excited are you not to play this format anymore?
Yeah, right.
It's super impressed with Car in game 2. It almost took over the game. If he didn't, I mean, he could have had Belor into the unknown. I think the one interesting point was turning the Scar sideways on that one turn where I challenged his Hades, because that opens me up to Into the Unknown and Bell, as opposed to just Elsa's. But he had inked a Bell the turn before, and I think he'd already inked one Into the Unknown. So it was kind of just a map game. I felt like I was further ahead if I kill his Hades there, and he just like only has whether it's I think that was the one kind of decision point that I think I ended up choosing wrong. I'm not sure what was right there or not, but
it's hard, right? Because I mean, against Ezekiel's deck, you just it's do they have it? The answer is yeah, probably. And I feel like that is the hardest
Yeah,
of all.
yeah.
Is they seem to have those things. But Luke, do you have any other questions for the players tonight?
I mean, they just did everything like pretty much perfectly. It felt like outside of drawing well. I mean, you both could have drawn better, Justin. In that third game, you could have drawn a little
Classic.
bit better.
I will buy your Metafy, Luke's Metafy. How to draw better.
You know, one of the few people who doesn't actually have a Metafy, believe it or not. Far too lazy for that. You got any shout outs? You want to start with you, Justin?
Sure, yeah. Shout out to World Class Cards. Shout out to Frank. Shout out to Khan. All those guys doing so well at the DLC. Yeah, super excited for this format to be over. Shout out to this format being over.
Yeah, big shout out.
Yeah. Besides that, that's basically it. I appreciate you guys for having us on as always. GG's.
Ezekiel?
Now over to you, Ezekiel.
Yeah, shout out Illuminati, all the boys on Illuminati. I'm playing for them this year, but I'm also on Incasters. So shout out the Incasters team. We're like two South Florida teams. We're helping each other out. But yeah,
That's classic Illuminati behavior. Classic
Also
Illuminati.
excited for this format to be over. This format's terrible.
Yes.
The Illuminati
Hey,
getting in every other team.
Yeah, the Illuminati's in every team. They're like, listen, we're every team. We're our team. We all sleep in bunk beds. That's something I know is true, that they all sleep in one house in a bunch of bunk beds. That's been confirmed. But either way, congratulations, Ezekiel, and thank you, Justin. And thank you, Fabled, for, you showed up, and now you're out. But we're not done. We have one more game here. And we'll go ahead and go back to the booth to discuss.
All right. Both of you, thanks for the games. Have a great night.
Yes. Bye.
So, Luke, that was a game. And honestly,
that was
the good news is no matter what, this next match will not have Amethyst, or it won't be an Amethyst. I mean, it won't be that exact mirror. It could have Amethyst, right? Maybe, yes. It could have Amethyst, it could have Sapphire, and it could have Steel, but it will not be that configuration. We finished that. So
it's
going
to be a match. It's
going to be a match for sure. But listen,
that's
I had
most
fun.
I can say.
Here's what we can say. The people who are about to introduce, both of them are wearing Mickey Mouse and a blazer. So that's already vibes off the chart. One of them's just dancing. They're dancing. I'm going to guess there's no music. I'm going to guess one of them is dancing just to the rhythm of their heart. So no matter what, the vibes from here are going to the moon. So that's the good news, guys. But the bad news is you are going to have to watch Fabled. And if you have a problem with that, sorry, but it's almost, guys, this is fun. This is a slideshow at the end of camp where you remember all the things you did and how you're like, oh, I almost went home because I flew up, but I stayed.
Dude, I'm just watching Liam dance, and it is amazing.
It is amazing. Spoiler alert, it's Liam. Am I dancing?
Yeah, I put him on screen for a second. You could all see him dancing there. It's too good.
When we listen to Liam's heart,
but we're gonna hop over to Garrick and Liam here. And anything else you wanted to say? You weren't here last week. You were skipping out.
I don't know why.
I guess you had something
tired.
busy during the
really
weekend
tired.
you did or something?
No. Yeah, right. Yeah, I was like, if I cast a single game of Lorcana, I've casted too hard. But yeah, but I'm here.
Well,
I'm here, okay?
Well, I still have you here before
time.
we swap over. How did it feel?
It was incredible. It was honestly the incredible thing. Liam was dancing there too. Honestly, that should just be if Liam's there, he's dancing. But I was dancing through life. Wicked. Coming soon. But it was amazing, and I'm still processing it because it honestly felt like I was like given like a wish, like, hey, you're allowed to have one wish. I was like, I wish I could be a caster, and like, my goodness, like it was like the big leagues. It was amazing, incredible. And shout out to ICL because this is the dojo. We're all dojoing, and then we all get to go meet IRL, and that was incredible. So, but I smell my chicken cobbler. It is done. So I'm done.
All right, we're jumping over to Garrick and Liam.
I'm here in the dojo. Learn how to do that. Garrick, hey,
how are you?
I'm terrible at tech. Am I live? Like, can people hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
okay.
I can hear you. I believe
good.
the people can hear you. Luke can confirm, but it looks good to me.
Oh well, you can hear me. I can also hear. I gotta go mute. I gotta go mute some folks.
You can hear something else.
I'm like. I know. That's what I need to do. Look, I'm a professional. Before we get underway here, I just have to say, Garrick, this is a treat. We have never commentated together. We've like been ships in the night, like passing each other. So like getting to commentate with you is a treat, and I'm really excited. So
Yeah,
this is
I'm
fun.
super excited for this. Another official DLC caster that I get to cast with. It's awesome. I'm crossing you all off of my list one at a time, and I'll get through all of you at one point or another.
Where was I on the bingo card? I imagine myself, I'm a bottom left corner kind of person.
You were you were left middle.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'm not sure what that. Yeah, left. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, left. Okay. Yeah, I get it. I'll take it.
That's exactly it.
But no, hey, yeah, this is a lot of fun. I wish I could do the ICL more. I had to take off the last couple weeks for the challenge, but I always love being here. This is where I don't know. This is just great Lorcana. It's great people. It's great commentators. It's a great time. So, and I'm excited to watch some awesome Lorcana. I don't care what anybody says, Garrick. I like watching the Fabled meta.
I like the Fabled meta as well. And for everybody else watching, we just got Blurple versus Amethyst Steel twice in a row. Just do it again. So we let both these players pick those decks. No, I'm kidding. It's not that. It is not that again. It is going to be something different. But if you are doing your checklists at home, you can probably guess what these last two decks are going to be based on what the majority of the decks have been throughout the season of ICL as well as the DLCs.
Mm-hmm. Yep, this is like a Sudoku math problem, and there's only one option left. Yeah, actually, so what happened is I told the players, I'm like, hey, I've got some stuff to do, so just give me the fastest possible matchup in this meta, and the players obliged. So, but I'm really excited for this match too. Two players that I really enjoy, just great people, great players. J-Bomb from World Class Cards and Stefan Delgado from Illuminati. Stefan, known for production and like bringing streams to life.
Now bringing the stream to life in a different way through gameplay.
Like, Stefan went on a run. Like people who weren't like paying attention to the ins and outs of day one of Milwaukee. Stefan went on a run. Like he was crushing people and established himself as a very good player there. So this should be a fun match.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. Me and J-Bomb were kindred spirits throughout Milwaukee. We were prepping with each other in the lead up and then ended up sitting right next to each other playing the same exact deck in round number 4, which was a lot of fun.
That's so much like I love things like that because you're like, what are the odds, right? Like 2,000 players ish. What are the odds that you get seated like right next to your prep partner? It, like defies the odds, and when it happens, it's like a story. And speaking of stories, this story is getting started with a turn 1 Daisy.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see when you are playing Amber Steel on the play. It's like the best card that you can find for turn number 1 in most circumstances. Aurora is pretty good as well. She opens up a lot of different lines, allowing you to play that Mulan for free, a 1-drop, and potentially a Fire the Cannons. But the Daisy coming down on the play, super fast, 1/4, quest for 2, as we see a Mulan come down on the opposite side, and it is a mirror match.
It is a mirror match. Amber Steel into Amber Steel. Look at those beautiful gift set Lilos there. One of them going to the discard pile. That's where you want her. In the early game, if you're going to discard a card, that's the one you want to discard. Back over to J-Bomb here for turn 2, and there's a Mulan. It is a mirror.
Yeah, we're going Mulan for Mulan, and there's a Glimmer Foil Lilo of J-Bombs going into the discard pile. And like you said, that is the card you want to put there. It just feels so good to put it there, especially when you have the Inkables in hand. You don't need it. You're like, this is a nice little thing that I will have for myself later as a Fire the Cannons goes to the bottom. That is a really important card in this mirror matchup. It's something you want to see. You need removal in this matchup to get rid of your opponent's questers as another Daisy comes down on turn number 2, and J-Bomb is off to nearly a perfect start here.
Yeah, I mean, what a start for J-Bomb. And you know, these decks are so character heavy, like missing a character on that Daisy just feels particularly brutal. The odds are so low, especially if you manage to find a cannons or a strength in your opening hand. So I don't know. Now we'll see what Stefan has here. Now the Troubadour is kind of your ideal turn 2 play here on the draw. We'll see if he has it. If not, you'd like to go 2 1-drops. That's kind of what you'd like to do on turn 2 here. Instead, we'll have a Calhoun, which is not terrible, but she is susceptible to that strength. But no, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. It's not terrible.
Yeah, Calhoun is not bad. Rob, who was able to make top 32 at Milwaukee, was playing 4 Calhouns, and Calhoun was a card I really enjoyed playing in Amber Steel. I took her out of the deck last second on advice from Sky. If you're going to take advice, as we hit another Fire the Cannons. That is wild. 2 for 2 on the daisies. We'll see if we hit another or a strength. No, we're going to put a Rhino into hand. So there's one card.
Something. So I honestly, like, missing on the cannons at this point, it doesn't feel terrible to me, especially if you crafted your hand around certain inking decisions. Getting drawing into that uninkable could mess up your lines. You're right, it's definitely a card you want, but you'd like to hit it like on a turn 1 Aurora. So like having it doesn't feel terrible to me to send it to the bottom. But certainly not getting the draw, like not hitting the characters, feels pretty awful.
Yeah, for sure. And J-Bomb right now thinking about what we are going to do. It's interesting to see the Mulan quest here. I want to know what he wants to do here with his ink, because questing with the Mulan does sort of quasi protect one of your daisies, because the Mulan just looks so good for the Calhoun to take. Otherwise, you'd have to go Mulan, Calhoun into the daisy. So interesting quest from J-Bomb there for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. And this, oh God, I really enjoy this mirror, honestly. There's one wrong decision here costs you the match. I'm interested, maybe.
Yeah, you would normally love to see a Tiana come down on turn 3. Obviously, Tiana is the card that the deck is mostly built around, but importantly, she is a 3-cost character that can sing Strength of Raging Fire, which is really, really good to do on your turn number 4 to remove your opponent's singer in the mirror. But we have a lady, instead.
Going wide, and we're hitting the
sleepy
for the bodyguard. Okay, and there we go. So going wide here. We do have that lady who can sing next turn, and we'll see how someone responds. Yeah, not finding the Troubadour and not being able to hit those like 1-2 feels, or that's 2 drops on turn 2. Because ideally, what you want to do, you want to drop 2 1-drops to insulate yourself from removal, but ideally like a Rhino there to threaten the shift. Not having either of those in play feels pretty bad. So it just really feels like Stefan's on the back foot here.
Yeah, it was interesting, the decision on the ink there. I wonder if J-Bomb was considering playing the Rhino along with the lady and potentially shifting next turn, but did think about that for quite a while. I think he was probably mulling over what he wanted to put into play with the lady. Opts for the sleepy, which does protect those daisies and that Mulan. So we found out why he quested the Mulan, had the bodyguard locked and loaded and ready to go.
Yeah, Stefan thinking about this here. This is the benefit of these games go kind of quick, so you can kind of, these ever important or these all important turns like 3 and 4, you can kind of take your time, think things through. And Stefan taking the opportunity here, really interested to see what he's got available.
A Pete would be really good, would stop the lady from singing Strength of the Raging Fire, and then you can try and get some of that tempo back. But it is a Strength of a Raging Fire, the old-fashioned way for 3 ink to remove the lady, which doesn't feel the best in the world, but now you can remove the sleepy as well.
Yeah, I mean, clearly it's a get the singer off the board decision here. Slow down the wide board a little bit. I'm interested in cards in hand over on J-Bomb's side. He has at least 1, but if he's slowing down a little bit, if he's running low on resources, that feels pretty good. But all the way up to 7 already, he's got 5 on the board, and I mean, taking a whole turn to sing Strength, it's not the way you want to play it ideally, but I don't hate the move here to get the singer off the board and kind of try to just slow things down a little bit.
Yeah, the Calhoun is pretty sticky, so it's nice to know that you're going to have that character on the board after getting rid of the Singer. You're just not going to be able to challenge into it effectively if you are J-Bomb, as most cards are not playing, or sorry, most decks are not playing cards like the Jafar, which we just saw from Mr. Delgado there. Interesting tech choice to potentially help him in the mirror or against Amethyst Steel.
Let's see. We're gonna get a quest here. No, it's gonna be a challenge. We'll move that Mulan. A little bit of board control, and
gotta have a penny, right?
Yeah, potentially. It's
or
no, it's a Lawrence. So yeah, I mean, this match, the strength of Raging Fire. I mean, oftentimes these mirrors come down, and actually, any steel mirror in this meta, whether it's Amethyst Steel or Amber Steel, like mirrors, or even Amber Steel and Amethyst Steel, sometimes comes down to who finds the most strength of Raging Fires. And obviously that card relying on the characters on board. Both players here doing the math, or J-Bomb doing the math, like what can he play? Or let's try to keep things under control so that we don't unlock a more powerful song later. But I mean, it just feels like Stefan's on the back foot, and J-Bomb now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lore on board. Stefan will want to drop a couple characters on board here if he can. Ideally, a 3 cost. I mean, you hit the nail on the head earlier with the Pete. That would be great. Instead, we're going to get the Daisy. Let's see something else. Jafar, which we saw him draw.
Yeah, Jafar's pretty nice. It can remove the 1/4 Daisy there with no damage. So a pretty strong play there, and now putting himself back onto the board with a pretty nice position. Calhoun is just so annoying for this Amber Steel deck to deal with if you don't have strength of a Raging Fire. However, Lawrence, being a 4/4 currently, can remove it. It looks like Lilo is going to make her return.
Yeah, Lilo Escape Artist escaping from the Inkwell there at the start of the turn.
I am sensing a potential dock play here. Maybe not. J-Bomb inking the penny could have an uninkable in hand.
It's an interesting choice to ink. If it's not the dock, it's an interesting choice to ink here. But we'll see. We are going to find the Nala off the Daisy. Up to 12. And you're right. That Calhoun is a tempting target, but at 12 lore too. I mean, that Calhoun is so juicy right now.
Yeah, for sure. The Lawrence would be able to take that really cleanly, and if not, she's just going to continue to clean up your board throughout the rest of the game. Get rid of these Lilos, these Daisies. You might find yourself out of it really quickly with only 1 card in hand compared to, what is that, 5 on the side of Stefan?
So many. Just getting, J-Bomb filling Stefan's hand with that Daisy, with those Daisy triggers. So,
and Stefan does have a Singer on the board right now, so can sing Strength of Raging Fire if it is in hand. Another copy that is to remove that Nala. J-Bomb is actually in a pretty tricky situation here, but does decide to get rid of the Calhoun. It was just too big of a threat to let stay around.
Yeah, and it just feels right. And now only 2 challenge, like a little baby challenger left on the board there with that Daisy, and then maybe unless you pair it with a Jafar or something, but that other Jafar just sitting there, and it can sing, it can challenge, it can't do both. So the removal option is pretty limited here for Stefan.
Yeah, especially seeing all those Fire the Cannons go to the bottom. It would be really nice to unleash some Fire the Cannons onto some of these 2 questers, because all of them would be removed right now. Nala is the most troublesome thing on the board. Questing for 3 will take J-Bomb up to 16 just by herself. So Stefan now in a pretty tricky situation with the Nala on board and the Calhoun being removed by Lawrence.
Yeah, we'll see how it chooses to navigate this, but yeah, just a rough match. I mean, these Amber Steel decks, they have, openings which are very, very challenging on the play. They can be very difficult to overcome. I mean, Amber Steel does have a couple lines which are pretty promising in the draw and can catch you up, but Stefan, without either of them, it's really like the Troubadour or the Rhino Shift on 2, or on 3 rather, which you're really looking for. And not having either one of those, it's so tough to overcome the momentum that this deck can generate in the early turns. So A little bit of a control here, though, cleaning
Mhm.
things up. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the board. That'll be able to take J-Bomb all the way up to 19, unless Stefan has something else sneaky in hand to do a little bit more removal. And now, with that, all J-Bomb will have to do is stick a ready character on board after next turn. Rhino does come down, but for full cost. But again, it's going to leave 6 lore on the board. And this is, I mean, it's going to be really difficult to come back from.
Yeah, just full quest here, no doubt about that. Getting the Rhino down is nice, but here comes another Lawrence. This card is going to be very, very difficult to get rid of because you're going to need 4 characters plus that Strength of a Raging Fire, and you have to challenge down the rest of this board. So J-Bomb putting Stefan in a really precarious situation. It was just super unfortunate that on that turn number 3, he was forced to play Strength of a Raging Fire for 3 ink instead of finding a 3-cost character that could sing it on a later turn. And that really just put him so far behind, as Lilo is going to come down. That could be the 4th character we need for strength.
I'm just counting the ink, like if he has it. The problem is I think he's still 1 like strength short. He has the dock.
Wow.
And just looking for it. But even then, like, you need to be able to challenge with all 3 and then find so there. I think it was just 1 strength short. It was the Daisy not being able to remove the Lilo that I think would have been the tricky part. But or no, because the Mulan could have gone in, the Lilo could have gone in. Yeah, so I think with a 1-drop and a strength, he could have done it, right? But
yep,
not finding it. And we'll go on to game 2 here.
Yeah, a handful of uninkables we saw there.
Yeah.
At least 2 Tianas and a Nala. Just not finding exactly what he needed there, but was on the draw. We'll see what Stefan is able to do here on the play. But it is, I think, important to note that J-Bomb did see that Jafar is in the deck. So that combat trick, as it were, has now been revealed, and J-Bomb can play around it.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of these tech choices, they're in there for the surprise. And unfortunately, you reveal them too early and your opponent sees them. Sometimes they see them on the ink too, which is always fun. But all right, so Stefan now shuffling up. We're going to do the little the cut trick here, which you do when playing remotely. Yeah, so I'm really interested. J-Bomb, I mean, J-Bomb wants to find the Troubadour on turn 2. If not, you want the Shift Rhino line because the Strength of Raging Fire on turn 4 or 3, as it were, is super impactful. We'll see if he can pull that off. Otherwise, we're likely to see I think a repeat. These decks just can go so fast if your opponent doesn't hit that removal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. You mentioned like inking tech choices, which you don't normally want to do. But I was playing a game in Milwaukee. I was like, please ink another color so I know what you're playing against. I don't know what to do.
They're inking all the amethyst cards, and you're like, is it steel or is it Blurple?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Yeah, that's funny. Or they're ramping, like, and you're like, are you on Emerald or are you on Amethyst? Like, is Blurple? I really need to know.
Yeah, it ended up being Sapphire Steel. I quested with the Daisy, which revealed the other color, but they were like, I was trying to avoid that. But
that's so funny. Yeah, that's one of the things I love about this game. It's I don't know. The inking is such a fun mechanic and such a fun way to. There's just so much that goes into it. I really like it.
Yeah, there is. And it seems to get more and more complicated as the game goes along. I know a lot of the best players in the world have said this a million times, but inking is such a difficult thing to navigate throughout every single game, every single matchup. Am I going to need this card in 5 turns from now, or does the ink I need from this card this turn matter that much more? It's really, really hard to navigate a lot of the time, and I think it makes this game a lot more complex than it seems on the surface.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the interesting things about it too is, unless you like when you're grinding games and when you're preparing for a tournament, unless you like go back and study like a match that you've played, sometimes you don't even realize that you've lost the game by making a particular ink choice early on, and you can't figure out why you're losing, and it's because perhaps you played a turn 1 on the draw as Blurple and you needed that ink for later and you don't even realize it. So yeah, fascinating. Stefan off to the Aurora start here. That'll enable him to get, as you said earlier, cheat out a Tiana early or play a cheaper Mulan. Great turn 1 play on the play. less so on the draw. It is susceptible to fire the cannons early, but if your opponent's doing that, they're not playing a turn 1 play, which can also put them on the back foot, especially if they're going for that early strength. So it's one of those things where like it feels really good to blast an Aurora with the fire the cannons, but there is a cost in terms of your board state. So I actually love this play on turn 1.
Yeah, in the mirror, I think it's really, really strong to go with this Aurora because there's not a lot that your opponent can put down on the board that's going to threaten her. It's basically Mulan, and that's it. And Mulan is also not the greatest turn 1 play, but we do see the fire the cannons come down onto the Aurora. I think sometimes it is just a necessary evil to prevent that bombastic turn 2 play that we described. I mean, going Tiana on 2 can just spell immediate disaster. That gets you an early singer. It's protecting your characters. It's just so good in this matchup.
Yeah, but now the cost is, and let's pay attention. Like, let's see if the Troubadour does stick on turn 2, because let's pay attention to the math, the character math on the board, because it's so interesting. I think it's probably the right play, but still, it does set you back, and so it doesn't feel, I think, awful from Stefan's perspective to not have your opponent establish that turn 1. We do see that Lilo come down turn 2. It's a 2-lore quester, but not the strongest turn 2 play on the draw in this matchup.
Yeah, if you're Stefan, you're probably smiling ear from ear to see this Lilo come down because your Nala can quest freely into this. You don't have to worry about it. And your Tiana comes down, which can quest on the next turn. Just spiral this game out of control really, really quickly. J-Bomb needs to find something here. I think a Pete would be great. That is, again, like I said, in game number 1, a card that can turn the tempo back in your favor when you're on the draw. But we're just going to go Tiana. So we'll see if Stefan is able to find some kind of removal. J-Bomb is going to match the quest for quest, but 1 lore less on the Lilo.
And here we go. Whoever answers this Tiana first probably has a bit of an edge. So we'll establish that.
Tempo dock.
I was like, the dock is early. It indicates might be another one in hand, but just getting another character on the board. So there, that strength will come down. And then fire the cannons, finish it off. Interesting.
Yeah, we had to go with the tempo dock. We had to build a strength a little bit differently, but the fire the cannons basically acted as a 1-drop character. However, not going to be able to get any questing off with that, but that's pretty much good enough. I think from this position, Stefan is super far ahead, but the Rhino might change things a little bit if J-Bomb is able to find some additional characters to get on the board as well.
It's the resources now that concern me. J-Bomb with the extra card on the draw. Stefan does have a better board presence, and his tempo has been a little bit better, but having to use 2 cards to remove that Tiana now, it's easily to run through your hand unless perhaps there's another dock. There it is. Okay, great. That key right now. Without that dock, I think Stefan would have burned out pretty early here, so that is huge. But yeah, establishing that Rhino on the other side feels really good for J-Bomb. Let's see. Because now Stefan having to make a choice here, he can quest and with that Tiana protecting things. But with the ink available on the other side, we have singers. We can drop another character, easily clear that Tiana. And so it is a gamble.
Absolutely. And Stefan would love to establish at least 1 more character here. That was a super awkward hand, having seen it all play out like that. The strength of Raging Fire, the double docks,
right?
Yeah, hand.
And Tiana, Nala, like all the uninkables, so many.
The Rhino coming down here, though, I think is pretty important because that represents the Rhino on the opposite side being unable to remove the Tiana with a single challenge. You would need to pay to do that, but
that's huge.
I think it is still relevant because if J-Bomb just didn't have a better answer, then that completely stalls the potential answer that he would have on this turn.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, you pay that 3 and it's not even, you can remove the Tiana. You can also get rid of that Nala, which is questing for 3 right now. Or even, you stick damage on that Nala, so it takes one of the lore off. So like huge play right there. Rhino making a big difference. Now we do still have the line to strength line. Let's see if we can drop a couple characters here, or at least a character sing it if that's available. But so there's the Lawrence. We'll see if we have the strength. I think if we had it, he'd drop it pretty quick here. So yeah, okay, there it is. So Rhino now doesn't have to challenge in. It's gonna sing. We choose the Nala here, not the Tiana. Getting that 3 lore off the board.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately for J-Bomb, didn't have a 1-cost character to remove the Tiana cleanly there, but does remove the Nala. So next turn, you can challenge in and pay that Tiana tax, and you remove the 3 lore off of the board. We are going to get at minimum 5 here, could go up to 6 if we shift a Rhino. So we're going to be at least at
That would be
17.
a great top deck if he pulls it, but just have to go wide. Penny coming down, give a little resist to that Tiana, and that again, that's just that little bit of math that makes him search. But hitting a dock on curve here,
and J-Bomb says, "Yeah,
J-Bomb
that's
just
enough."
says, "Yeah, that's enough." All right, okay. He's like, I can't. I've had enough. I'd rather be on the play. So both games here, it feels like the on the draw player has not had the right hand. Again, you really want you have to hit the strength. You don't have to, but you really want to hit the strength.
Yeah.
And to do that at the right time, you want to have the Rhino shift, or you want to have the Troubadour. Like the Troubadour is like the key to unlocking your ideal strength, the ideal time on the draw, and just neither player having it. So the on the play player just with so much advantage. Yeah, I don't know. I want to see that line. I want to see that line.
Yeah, same. And I mean, even if it's not like the Troubadour, I've said it twice already, but Pete is like so important on the draw. You just need those cards on the draw to have a chance. In the mirror, at least. Or you just need the person on the play to have a bad hand.
Or, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Although to be fair, I mean, Stefan didn't have. I mean, all the uninkables restricted his choices a little bit, but this deck is so low to the ground that still everything he was able to play early and make use of. So, yeah, I don't know. This is it on a Tuesday night. It is 1-1 for Illuminati world-class cards, and now we are 1-1 in this match. It's all down to this game. Both of these players fighting for victory for their teams. It all comes down to this game. I mean, this is what you love to see, right? Everything on the line.
Yeah, absolutely. And world-class cards trying to get on the board here with their first W of this season.
They can win Disney Lorcana challenges. They can't win ICL.
It's tough out here.
Don't tell them I said that.
It's tough out here as every single team is absolutely stacked with talent. Illuminati right now is 2-1. They're trying to move into the top 3. If they can get a win here, they will likely be able to do that. But it's not over for world-class cards. They can make a late move here into the standings, but it's going to have to start with J-Bomb getting a win here in the Amber Steel Mirror
right here
on the play.
Right now. Let's see.
No pressure.
No pressure. What does that coin say there? Match, draw. I don't know.
What coin?
Oh,
the one. Yeah, Stefan's coin.
Yeah, Stefan's pirate treasure over there.
I do love that playmat though. Those Pro Play Summit playmats are so cool.
Oh, is it Star Wars? Okay, it was
Star
mirrored.
Wars.
I couldn't. I think it was mirrored. I thought it was Star Wars, and then I looked at it. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you, Garrick. And if you all want to get your own Pro Play Summit playmat, check out Pro Play Summit Orlando coming up here in December. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Go to Disney World Rally down there. So yeah, a little plug for PPG there. But here we go. We're off to the races. Dwarf goes into the Inkwell, followed by the Daisy, and that's what you want to see on turn 1. Let's see if Stefan. Well, we won't know for sure for a little bit. Okay, we do threaten the Rhino shift. That feels pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Now J-Bomb has to think twice about questing with this Daisy, as it will get removed really, really cleanly by a shift. We do have double Daisy,
I just
however.
threw up in my mouth a little bit. Oh my goodness, what a foul board state over there. Daisies for days, a whole flock of them there, carrying teddy bears and threatening to run away with this game. As you pointed out, yeah, J-Bomb thinking twice about questing the Daisy. He's going to quest them all, so you can only remove one at a time if that shift line is there. But that feels bad.
Yeah. Let's see if there's some sort of counterplay here. Maybe the Troubadour finds his way onto the board here. Calhoun, again, not a terrible option, especially if J-Bomb doesn't have Tiana. You can slowly start whittling these daisies down, especially if you're holding that shift line in hand. But we're just going to go ahead and shift and get to questing ourselves.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if the daisies are challenging, that's fine. So unfortunately, like if you do, well, no, because you have to drop a character, you have to sing. So yeah, not susceptible to anything here. I don't hate this at all.
Does
but-
have the Tiana.
Oh no!
And now this is the problem, right? Because to remove that Tiana, you need first to go wide. Second, you need to have the strength of Raging Fire. And right now, you're really tall with the Rhino, but you're not wide enough to make use of the strength of Raging Fire. So Tiana, paired with all these daisies, is gonna be really, really difficult for a singular Rhino to get rid of.
It's 3 1-drops and a strength. Like that's the line you need right now, right?
Exactly.
Let's see.
Yeah, if J-Bomb is able to get an additional character on the board and sing Strength of Raging Fire with Tiana, that will also cleanly remove the Rhino. So Stefan right now in a really, really tricky position, but there's the Pete that stops that.
Right at the perfect time to shut that down, and now J-Bomb punished a little bit for not questing here. I think you're right, and we had production whispering in there too. Wonderland pointing out, yeah, that exact line. Like, yeah, if the strength is there, that ends the game pretty much. So Stefan dropping that down there. He's a singer. He's also another character on the board. J-Bomb now like, all right, I got to go for it now. If you want to pay 3, that's fine. Gonna find the Mulan though, and a penny, and a penny. Okay,
those are really good cards.
Yeah, this. Oh my goodness.
The Ink Strength, we go double Nala.
Oh,
that might just be too overwhelming to
I don't
attempt to come back from.
I don't even know. Well, that's been round 3 on that. No, I am. Oh, this is just so tough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But we know that the characters are at least in hand. We can put down 2 more characters this turn. If we have strength, we sing it with Pete onto Tiana. We challenge into the one of the daisies. And it's not technically over. It's not technically over. J-Bomb will go to 18.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the Nalas are so bad. That resist 1. I mean, you draw into a couple of cannons or you have one in hand, you can start blasting things, but that resist makes it so... it feels so bad. Oh my goodness. Gonna dig a little bit.
Maybe we're looking for the strength, but like I think the perfect thing would have been like double Calhoun, sing strength, challenge one of the daisies, and now maybe next turn you can clear the whole board.
Yeah.
And whatever J-Bomb gets off the top, but you would need like exactly that. So we'll see what we go for with 3.
Oh, it's just
paying it. That's brutal. Not finding the strength of Raging Fire. There's like no way to win on the draw.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
and he's just gonna say it.
Oh my goodness. I mean, oh man. I mean, look at the uninkable count too. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like so many, but just the right amount of inkables to. I don't know. I don't know.
Questing for 12 on 4 turns out it's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. Even if you have the Troubadour, I don't think you can. I don't think you do anything. Like I just think you lose. Like that was so brutal. You hate to see. I mean, great games, great match. Both players playing well, but man, these Amber Steel decks can do work when they get the right draw.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are going to head over into the interview booth to talk to our fantastic players.
I'll be there in a minute.
Okay.
It takes me forever. All right.
Hello, gentlemen. Well,
hello. What a way to end Fable.
Yeah, I was just telling Liam, questing for 12 on turn number 4 turns out is pretty good. So going into the Amber Steel mirror, we were talking about it. The lines you kind of want to see on the draw, neither of you were really able to put together in the best way. Like in the last game, Stefan was able to find the shift Rhino line to stop the early Daisy aggression, right? And then found the Pete, which stops you from singing strength. You were forced to ink it, but didn't have the strength himself. So it felt like neither of you on the draw were able to find those like comeback mechanics that you needed.
Yeah, for sure. The shift Rhino, I knew as soon as I saw like his turn 1, if there was no Rhino, my hand like cannot lose as long as I draw ink, because I started with I think 3 daisies and 2 Nalas and a Tiana. So I was like, please ink, please ink, please ink. And I drew ink every turn, luckily. So, yeah. Which coincidentally, like that's actually how I lost to Frank Karsten in round 3 of Milwaukee. It was a similar thing, but I didn't draw the ink to seal the game, and he beat me at exacties with Timothy.
Oh, that's a bummer. But if you're gonna lose, better lose to a fun little tech card like that, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that was my test to see if I'd transferred over successfully. It sounds like I have. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you do against that opening. Like, yeah, right. Like you get that, and you're like, yeah. So Stefan, I mean, I'm sorry. Like that game, it wasn't in the cards. Yeah.
What a glorious way to go out, though. I will say that. I will not complain. I will say, as a fellow Amber Steel player, you love to see it.
Oh yeah, I've never had a hand like that, to be honest. I've done triple daisy. I've never done triple daisy into double Nala.
With a Tiana and a strength in hand as well.
I top decked the strength that turn, but
Oh,
like,
really?
I got a double Nala here.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Yeah. It's just man. I don't even know what to say. Like the matches, there's just not a lot of questions. But you both played very, very well. I mean, that last game was just it was a game, and but overall, I mean, great performance, and congrats on World Class Cards for the win. I will say, Stefan, I was telling people about your run last weekend at the tournament as well. I just want to shout you out for that because I know a lot of people who actually play on competitive teams are expected to perform well. And you like went in there and crushed some folks and did very, very well. I thought you were gonna make top cut for a while. So congratulations on that performance as well.
Thank you. Yeah, it felt nice to sit at table 2 with some of the other Titans. So, I'll do it again in Richmond.
Yeah, that's definitely the attitude to bring 100%. I wanted to ask about the Jafar in the Amber Steel deck. How has that felt? It's nice to have a combat trick for sure. But were you considering playing Lilo instead at any point, or how's the Jafar been in general this set?
So to be fair, this list is, I think it's the second place one that did that got second place in the most recent DLC. So I took a look at it. I did like the Jafar. Obviously it came up at the right time, right, for to handle the bodyguard. But being a one of it, it's there if you get it. If not, then it is what it is. But I do like cards like Calhoun and stuff like that don't exactly need to quest, but help keep the board state manageable for matchups like this, for example, even though it was just play draw. But there could have been potential for it to flip, and that's what I was leaning into with the list.
Yeah, we love to see it. Garrick was very excited when he saw that Jafar. Garrick loves a good tech card, and when that came out, it was he was very excited. I'm excited for you to watch it back. So
yeah, I can't wait.
Saw my card.
Yeah, what's that? What's playing the Milans in there?
Yeah, I didn't touch my list from Milwaukee.
That's fine. I love a good tech card. Garrick, damn it, I a couple shout outs I want to do for both these players before we ask them to do shout outs.
Yeah, go for it.
I want to say first, all of you know it anyway, but if you're not watching Alter Academy, the way that J-Bomb goes through lines and how to alter your hand with some of the best players is really, really good. You can win or you can lose the game on the altar. Many players do. And so if you're trying to up your game, make sure you check out Alter Academy. Also, if you want to see Stefan again, or maybe feel his presence but not necessarily see him, make sure you take a look at the PPG broadcast coming up in Orlando. If you're not going, you should watch the stream, and Stefan helps to bring that stream to life. So shout out to him there for what he does for the game. Both of you are amazing people in this game, in this community, and in different roles. And so I appreciate both of you, and I loved watching this game tonight. So that's my shout out.
Awesome. Thanks, Liam. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I think Liam said it better than I could have. So I will just say I echo all of those sentiments, and I will pass it over to you, the players. We can start with J-Bomb. Shout outs, congratulations, world class cards. You guys finally got on the board
We're on the
here with the
board.
W, and that's what matters. And you brought it home, and I predicted it at the beginning. I said 2-1 world class cards, and J-Bomb will win his match.
did.
So
You said that.
Yeah.
shout out to J-Bomb.
Well, shout out to you casters here in the pre-show. You guys got stuck on my hot dog or Italian sausage picture for a while. While I had the stream up while we were eating dinner, and my wife was just like laughing and like, we're like, they're talking about you right now, and like, how do they know about the meat party? So thanks, Color is Law, for bringing all that up. My wife was having a really fun dinner, listening to all that and your guys' chitter chatter about me. So I appreciate that. Thanks for all you guys do with this. I know it's a ton of work, a ton of time. Like I'm up past my bedtime. You guys know I go to bed at like 7:30, 7:45. So I'm up here playing. Love it. Gotta lock in, as JDZ says. Keep the grind going. So yeah, just shout out to World Class Cards as well. We have some of the best players in the scene. Some of the best testing. They're non-stop testing. I wish I could keep up. I try and join in and watch a couple of their matches a day, but they're workhorses. And they never stop testing, and congrats to Frank Karsten winning last week, because all that testing pays off sometimes. So, and thanks Robert for putting the team all together and stuff. And I'll pass it over to you, Stefan.
Awesome, thanks. Yeah, no, definitely a couple shout outs. One, my team who graciously helps us playtest a lot leading up to DLC Milwaukee. We're really excited about trying to get into Richmond, and with the new set coming out, kind of just, we're really happy to kind of do the team thing with that. So shout out to Illuminati. Also, I mean, Liam kind of stole my thunder, but shout out to PPG. Yeah, shout out to PPG. A lot of people might already know, but I'm a recent hire with them. They've trusted me to help with their marketing efforts as well as the broadcasting for the events themselves. So super excited to be doing it beyond the store, right? That was just my experience, but seeing a lot of my friends coming and competing it's not only as a player at the DLCs, but then kind of just supporting them at the PPG summits. It warms my heart in a way that I can't really put into words. So hope to see many of you who are on part of the broadcast, players, even those watching, come by. Orlando's great. Do well and go to Disney afterwards, right? That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was talking about that actually. I might come down, bring my wife, and go to Disney.
Nice.
Good. Celebrate the win. That's what you do when you win. Like you just won this round. Now you say I'm going to Disney World. And
yeah, now I have to get I'll have to get the whole fireworks arrangement and then run up to you with the mic. You won. What are you gonna do now? And then you just gotta sign us off.
Yeah.
And you can use
What
code
a day to get our
ICL
first win
to
on.
get
At work, we filed our busy report.
give us a
which is
kickback.
basically I'm
There's a
on,
link in
quarter,
chat.
A quarter of work here, and like tomorrow starts like the slowness. So I've just been super busy, and then with Milwaukee happening, it was like at the worst time for me. But life's starting to calm down a little bit as of tomorrow. So this was a good start to it.
Nice.
That's exciting. That's just in time for Whispers. Just in time for Whispers.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, fantastic match, both of you. Like it was a joy to watch, and couldn't think of a better way to spend a Tuesday night. So thanks for a fantastic exhibition.
Awesome. Thank you. Casters, organizers for the ICL.
Oh, there's a link in chat. There's a link in chat to the event. So if you're watching and you saw that link dropped, go click on it and just check it out. Even if you're not planning on going right now, just like click on the link and just take a look. Like take a look at the graphics, the marketing material. Maybe you'll get tempted. Yeah. While you're there, you can play Lorcana. You can also play in the Cookie Run National Championship. So if you're a Cookie Run fan, you can do that too. I don't understand the game, but it sounds
There's cookies
delicious.
in your run, I think.
Yeah.
All I know is that there's a ton of interest. The game itself is starting pretty hot, but Lorcana, like with Whispers coming out, the reception seems great. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some spicy brews, for the summit, as well as some of our old favorites coming back for the Infinity event on Sunday. Those are kind of like my low key, like my favorites. I just love seeing like super overpowered decks doing well.
Yeah, the last thing I'll say, and talking about the Lorcana event, like if you're planning on going to Richmond, and you want to try some stuff out with the Christmas holiday season and the lack of tournaments in that period, like between CCS and then PPG in Orlando, it's like you're really like your last time to give some stuff a try as you're getting and in an actual like competitive setting before going to Richmond. So if you're looking to get ready for that event, PPG is not a bad place to do it if you're looking to test your chops. So just another point.
100% makes sense.
Point. Yeah. Anyway, you all are awesome. I appreciate you. Thanks for being amazing.
Thank you.
I gotta figure out how to do tech stuff here and go back.
Thanks, guys. GG's.
All right, take care. Good games.
Did
I do it?
Back in the booth.
Did I? Oh, I got him. Okay, I did it. Did I do it?
Yes, we did it.
We did it. Oh my goodness. That's the most stressful part of the whole ICL for me is switching from the broadcast to like the interview and back. So good job.
100% agree.
Garrick, Whispers next weekend. I have to ask. I've been thinking about nonstop. What are you most excited for with Whispers in the Well?
I am excited for genuinely like the cards and all that is cool. Like the new gameplay mechanics is cool and fun, the new decks and things like that. I'm just genuinely excited to get my hands on more cards and just delve deeper into this set in terms of the theme of it. I'm a very Halloween scary type guy. This is that set, right? We have dark fantasy with the Black Cauldron. We have the Headless Horseman showing up from the Legend of the Sleepy Hollow. And of course, gargoyles showing up, the Sentinels, as it were, and we have a whole mystery surrounding it. It's all very macabre but fun at the same time. So I'm excited to just take a closer look at the art, figure out the story. I've got a video coming out this week that I just love the set so much. I have to talk about it. So that's what I'm most excited for, because this set just feels like it was like tailor-made for me. I was born in October and it's fall season. It's my favorite time of the year, and it's like, in my opinion, I think it's the best theming they've ever done. We've got new mechanics with the Stone by Day mechanic. We have the boost mechanic with the Whispers. It's all thematically tied in with the story as well. I think they really went above and beyond in terms of that. And I hope that we continue to see more things like this in future sets as well.
Man, you took my thought. I can't say it any better. It's just all the things you said. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited for your video. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Are you doing more lore, or is it more?
It's a lot. I just wanted to talk about like the theme and how it ties in with the mechanics and just I mean, it's not like a deep dive into the story, but I do touch on a few different story details that I noticed. But I'll save like all the complete story breakdown for the end of the arc, as it were.
Yeah. Oh, I'm super excited about that. Your lore videos are always top notch, and
thank you.
And so I'm excited to see that. Yeah, one of the reasons I'm super excited for this weekend, I can't stop thinking about it. I know a lot of the Lorcana community can't either. And one of the things I want to mention is if you're looking for the first place you're going to see some Lorcana like Whispers decks go at it, make sure you stay tuned to the ICL if you're not already subscribed. Or what is it on? Yeah, it's subscribed on Twitch. I'm bad at Twitch. Follow, subscribe, do the things.
Yeah.
You're going to get some awesome Whispers gameplay here. You talked about the theme and all of that and the art. It's fantastic. But like in terms of power level, I think this is like the Urza's block or the Mirrodin block if you're a Magic player of Lorcana. It's just going to change so much in terms of power level that I think it's going to age very well, and we're going to see some big shifts in the meta. And I can't wait to see what it does to core constructed gameplay.
Yeah, not just core constructed, but sealed as well.
True.
They've made an emphasis that they're going to focus more on that and create and build cards and sets that support that gameplay. And I hope, you know, we saw it at Worlds, but I hope we see more official sealed formats, draft, super sealed, whatever it is, played at DLCs and bigger tournaments. So I'm really excited to play my first sealed this Friday at my local game store. We always do it every release, and it's one of the things I look forward to most because I love playing sealed formats. I always have since I started playing trading card games. It just feels so fun to take, you know, however many packs and build the best deck you can. And you have to think on your feet. You have to draft correctly, pick the right cards to put in your deck, and know how to, you know, construct a deck that is not like 60 of the most powerful cards that you can get, right? It's a mishmash of a whole bunch of different stuff. And sometimes you get lucky, but even when you don't get the huge legendaries or whatever, you can win with a with just a vanilla card. And the vanilla cards are really strong in this set.
Yeah, they are. I mean, the power level in terms of like ink cost to stat lines that you get in this set with some of these like Cauldron Born and some other stuff is really huge. And yeah, sometimes limited about just like play big bodies. Play big bodies. Because actually, in terms of like direct removal, there's the new Zeus song, and then there's, you know, but for big bodies, you know, is it Spooky Sight? I should know the name. Spooky. Yeah, right. Spooky Sight. Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't do anything against big bodies, so like yeah, you get those big chonky characters on the board, and there's not going to be much your opponent can do. But I also love limited. I love playing cards that don't usually see tournament play, and so I'm a little jealous. I don't think I'm signed up for an event this weekend. Instead, I might be doing a video, which is a terrible idea. But it's going to be a fun weekend, you know, for sure. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it for sure. I think, like you said, the set is going to age incredibly. I think we'll have a lot of fond memories of Whispers in the Well. These next 3 or 4 sets, I think, are going to set the stage for where Disney Lorcana is going to go in the future. And that's really exciting. Like, looking back on the previous sets and now sort of looking into the future, you can see like the seeds that were being planted and the plans for the future. And right now it's just an incredible time to be a part of the game. And even if you're a new player, jump in, get excited. This set's super powerful, like Liam said, and you're gonna fit right in because you're gonna have the strongest cards. These cards are
That is true. That is true. Even a box of Fable to catch you right up. It does feel like, goodness, we're gonna talk all night about this, but it does feel like that this is it feels very fresh. It does feel very production's like wrap it up, bro. No, but it does feel very fresh because it does feel like after Fable now we're in this new phase of the game where they're pushing new mechanics, they're pushing the power level, and yeah, it's very, very exciting, and yeah, I can't wait. Speaking of can't waiting, I don't know, there's a terrible segue there, but don't forget, if you're watching tonight, don't forget ICL is back tomorrow night, every Tuesday and Wednesday, so you're going to see some more awesome exhibitions here tomorrow. Garrett, do you know who we have on deck? And if you don't, we can just pause real quick and production will tell us. Tomorrow, who are we going to see on the feature match? Oh, my goodness.
That's a juicy one. Maelstrom versus Flower Farm.
Yeah, what is stronger, the storms or the flower? Can the flowers stand up to the storm? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, Maelstrom. Both teams fantastic. So you'll see some top tier Lorcana tomorrow. Do you have any predictions for tomorrow? I'm gonna put you on the spot here, Garrett. Do you have any predictions for tomorrow?
I am on a hot streak, it seems. I pick world-class cards today. I'm going to pick Maelstrom for tomorrow. And is it because I'm biased and I love every single person on that team? Yes, it is. And that is why I'm picking them, because they're my friends.
Yeah. They're also kind of good at the game.
They're all right.
They're fine. They're okay. No, Maelstrom, both. I mean, we look. As commentators, we love every player. We love every player equally. But when we're off camera, you know, we have little soft spots. And the co-host of our Monday night show, Let's Talk Lorcana, is Zenulus, aka Logan, a player from Maelstrom. So I also a bit of a soft spot in my heart for them. But Yeah, so I think that's probably 2-1. Maybe 2-1 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Predict. Okay, 2-1 Maelstrom tomorrow. Garrick is predicting it. You can come back tomorrow to see if that prediction pays off. So yeah, we'll see you back here tomorrow, and yeah, that's what I got. I got 10 seconds. What can I say in 10 seconds? See you back here tomorrow. Subscribe, follow, do the things. Garrick, it's been a pleasure. 10 seconds. Oh no, goodness, Garrick. What do we got for 10 seconds to a minute to wrap this up?
Liam, it was a pleasure finally doing some casting with you. I hope to do some more with you in the future, many times. High five, digital high five, and yeah, no, it was a pleasure, and I can't wait to be back for some more ICL tomorrow and the rest of the season, of course.
Yep, and subscribe. Don't be cheap. Give the ickle a nickel.
Exactly. We are raiding somebody, and stick around for the raid. Oh, we raided. Okay, we're out.